It makes it harder.
I mean, if you all want to play easy mode,
Yes.
Well, okay, game
All right.
over. None of us get any victory points. Let's play again.
so there's only 9 characters in here, and that's a problem unless this was moved. Yeah, I guess it. I guess it was.
It should be identity,
That was
not the
moved.
character.
So let's move. Yeah, the borders.
These are the identity cards.
What else? The Daredevil should be in there. The security should be in there.
Someone messed the setup.
Yes, this was set up, and then somebody did something.
I didn't do it.
The operative should be in there. The engineer should be in there. I think that the stowaway should be in there. And I think that is
That
it. Should be 15. We're not playing with aliens or moles, even though, you know what? We do want to try the spores because the spores recently changed.
But if we play with aliens,
No,
we
we'll
need,
do that.
we
We'll
need
do
to
that later
change
today.
the card.
We'll do that. Yeah, we'll do it at the 5 p.m. game. All right, so we'll shuffle these, and I will deal 2 out.
Okay. So does this mean we don't have aliens or moles?
Correct.
Okay.
This is even though we have more characters, so there's actually a little more involved here than normal. I have been testing a curated starting setup for new players.
Okay.
So this is supposed to be not necessarily like a super boring game because that's not fun either, but like a very a less chaotic game or a more balanced game that doesn't have a lot of, I'm trying to minimize the amount of stuff that people need to learn the first game and ask questions about, be confused about. So no rat, no, none of the ridiculous things that make the game fun. No fun shall be had.
Oh, that's okay. I'm not fun anyway, so makes sense.
What else is new? Yeah.
Well, yeah. I mean, I was noticing that at least some of these characters are prone to be fighting over a few things. So there's kind of
There's
program.
still, there's still a good balance here. I mean, we have 3 3 chaotic characters, but they're straightforward chaotic. And we have, we have some insurgents and counterinsurgents in the game, and like there's a decent balance. The chaos number is still like balanced. It's just not the less straightforward characters are the ones that are not in the game.
I noticed that in the selection there are also enough characters who are interested in evidence, in the artifacts,
Yes.
and in the biosamples.
That is all correct. And there's also a good amount of characters that can act as if they have command. There's a good amount of characters that are in the chain of command. So, again, a fairly balanced setup, or at least that's what I'm testing.
Yep. Okay. Interestingly, that makes the choice harder.
The legal bot is something that I really would like to test, because the legal bot now, you can't leave the station, you can't escape unless you have the NDA, and we need to see how well that works. And the legal bot is going to matter more for guilty and making people be guilty or suspects. And then we have the alien spores, which got redone. The first officers got completely redone as well. All right, so everyone should be picking a character, and then their bonus character should be rotated 90 degrees.
Yeah. I'll give it a shot.
I've been wanting to test the Schrodinger variant where you don't decide what your PC is until you reveal, but I'm not going to do that this game.
And so the bonus character is the person that we are targeting, correct?
The bonus character is the character where all you care about is the icons in the bottom left.
Hmm.
You're targeting them or saving them.
Yeah, could be good, could be bad.
Got it. I didn't understand the concept behind bonuses. So basically, anytime you target or defend someone, you always have a default of 1. But depending on the character, you require additional, or they have additional. That's one part.
No,
I didn't
so
really understand.
whatever the number of icons that is in the bottom left is how many points you get if you do the thing that icon says.
Got
So
it.
if there are 2 green shields, you're going to get 2 points for saving that character surviving. If you
Sure,
have
2 bonus
3
points.
red targets, you're going to get 3 points if that character is dead before Stationfall.
Okay, got it.
Oh, right. So has everybody chosen now?
Yeah.
So, okay, so now I should be thinking about my first move, huh?
So a couple additional things that were added to this game. The OSHA ship can fit 4 people in it, and you can access it from EVA. However, you can't launch the OSHA ship unless you have jury rig or a badge. An abandoned ship is not required to launch that pod. You just need jury rig or a badge. The medevac pod.
Sorry, just to clarify, a badge is the command badge?
No, a badge is one of the abilities. So the inspector has a badge.
Okay, got it. Sure. Okay. Thank you.
So I was looking at the wrong.
Okay.
The medevac pod does not require abandoned ship, but it does require that a down person, be inside in order to launch. And I already mentioned the shred room. The incinerator allows you to incinerate any item. And the borders in the game, which means that we don't know right now if there's another ship close to the station. And we don't know right now if that ship is a rescue ship or a pirate ship. If somebody is the border, it's a pirate ship, and the rules are the same. If no one is the border, then if you are EVA during Stationfall, you will get rescued. You do not have to go into the mesosphere to be rescued.
Sweet.
So I'm already noticing that I think this is almost going to be a standard move in this setup. Is I am suborning the Astrachimp, picking up the compromat, moving, and picking up the compromat.
Yep.
Or you could suborn the commander, pick up a compromat, move, and pick up a compromat.
Yep.
Yes, which is, or you could do it the same thing with the counselor.
Sure. Yeah, but there are reasons why I think I would do it with
and
the
alternatively, this might even be a better move because the commander can actually get into the shred room and get more compromat from the shred.
Right. Or it might be a worse move because other people could do that.
Exactly.
Yes.
Yeah. So this is true.
Only the second game where we're trying. Yeah, this is the second game where we're doing the pick up compromat as a free action. The issue is that people were so confused about compromat being not an item that we finally just decided to go with it.
Makes sense.
Sure, it does seem though like however many double compromat actions exist, privilege those players. And as someone going second, I'm in support of this.
Yeah, that's probably need to move compromats a bit to other places.
Maybe something like that. But I'm fine with this for now.
I'm sure you are.
I mean, compromat isn't going to win you the game in the end. It's just
but it does seem like
cares about it a lot.
It seems like there's a lot of. It's important to find your own. If you can find your own compromat, you're in much better shape.
Yep.
So,
this is the compromat works a lot like a Study in Emerald and the double agents in a Study in Emerald. And yes, it's similar in a Study in Emerald in that you do want to find your double agent so that nobody can double agent you.
So
the way that Dune works is a little similar, but not quite the same.
I'm gonna do the counselor variant of the commander opening move because I don't like the commander being close to the shredder.
Yep.
What did I get? Oh, okay.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Andy, so rolling teach. How are you planning on approaching that so far?
All right. So normally, I guess I can do it the way that I would do it, and the way that I would do it is that I would have any experienced players go first and then explain their actions. So, for example, you had one player that just grabbed Compromat. Compromat is
It's a free bonus
value of
action depending of a play, depending on the
Yeah,
character
and,
that you get the
and
Compromat
that's a
from.
comment. So the other thing that I want to do is actually wait 1 second. I'm going to import another thing because this is something that Peasing made that is quite useful.
So there we go. My screen is back.
And I'll put it. I'll just put it there, I guess. And all right, so those are some tips about what you should be doing at the start of the game, in the middle of the game, when you should reveal, et cetera, et cetera.
Okay.
So if you want to read like the starting things,
Yeah,
it's a pretty good guide.
I will point out too that the move of the Astro Chimp also puts a character in the security station, so that makes it possible to do security station actions.
Yep. So I mean, to read the thing, read all the characters carefully and find who can be helpful for you. Nobody else has your bonus card as their identity, so you know that you're safe there. Make a plan at the start, but feel free to adapt to your current situation. Your first step should not be clearly readable, so you can hide your identity. If your cube limit is low, you need to make sure that you're good on your cube. You're managing your cubes wisely, and picking up Compromat is a common first action because Compromat is going to go in like 3 turns, and that stuff you can use later in the game. How useful that is very dependent on whether that Compromat is useful for you. Yeah.
I mean, my opinion is an extra free action of a second character is not always valuable, but it's usually valuable.
So the only game I've ever played that has this mechanic where you're all controlling a group of characters, and Andy, you know a lot more about games than I do, but the only game that I've played so far that is like that is called Into Deep.
I hadn't heard of it, but when you mentioned it, I actually looked it up, and it did seem interesting that I had something like that.
It was so I really liked it.
Jen, if you want, normally I would say people can message me any questions that they have that they don't want to reveal to the group, but you can also ask me in Spanish, and I think that should probably work as well. And if you have any questions that are again, you don't want to give something away, just let me know. And you can message me. Anyone can message me. I'm not in the game, so obviously it doesn't matter for me. And I can, but right now, I would recommend you look at your victory condition and see what your thing wants. I can tell you very, very, very generally, the artifact is here.
Mm-hmm.
The loot is here. You can manufacture evidence here in the security station. You can manufacture the X secret here. You can manufacture biosamples here as well. You can manufacture a firebomb to make a fire happen here, but I don't know that anyone actually cares about that. And you can kill people with weapons. There's weapons here, here. You can also manufacture weapons here if you are in the chain of command, and you can manufacture a gun here if you are in command. And right now, the person in command is the commander, right there. But there are certain characters that act as if they have command. So the inspector acts as if they have command. And if the jammers are off, and you turn jammers off with a system action, and you can do system actions here and here, anything with a blue icon. Also, the person in command can do a system action from anywhere. If the jammers are off, then the stowaway and the exile act as if they have command. They're hackers, so they can basically take the security codes or whatever. So those should cover all, if not, those should cover the victory conditions. If there's something else that I mentioned that I have not mentioned that you need to do, let me know, and I can, give you a bit of a, strategic advice as to what you should be doing.
Okay. So to be clear, victory conditions is done through points. So every character has a maximum. Does every character have the same maximum of points that they can earn?
No.
Okay, interesting. Are there any other ways on the board that I can gain points as well?
Yes. So your bribe is worth points. Is worth 1 point at the end of the game.
And
so if you spend your bribe, that's 1 point you lose. And your bonus character obviously is worth point. Yeah, if somebody gives you a bribe, that's a point that you gain.
Got it.
If you receive a bribe, if your revealed character receives a bribe, that's a point that you get at the end of the game. Now, no, the points are not balanced. It means that some people need to work harder to prevent other people from getting points. Cosmic Encounter aliens are also not balanced, and this is very, very much in the Cosmic Encounter.
I'm not questioning if it's balanced or not. I'm just curious.
Yeah.
Okay, so conditions are whatever's on my card, and also my bonus action, and then the character that I'm either defending or targeting, and also those bribe tokens. Got it. Okay, cool. So you said that. So the way that this works, I would go ahead and place one of my cubes down. I can place as many cubes, but since we're at the beginning of the game, it doesn't make sense because I already have. I'm already going to have majority on whatever character I decide to use for that. So it would be silly of me to place more than 2 cubes right now.
Well, I mean, if you want to place a bunch of cubes just to make sure that nobody takes control of that, Matt, the designer, he often drops 3 cubes on a character just to lock down that character. Also worth noting that the Astro Chimp works differently than these other characters. The Astro Chimp, you need to put 1 more cube than however many cubes are on there right now, and then that person's cubes go away. So they're loyal to only one person.
I have a question. Uncanny, since I see we have 2 characters with Uncanny.
Yes.
There was some question last game as to how that works. Can you describe how it works?
Yes, so the Uncanny, normally the way that activation works is if you put your activation disc on there, and there is no activation disc on there before you put your activation disc on there, you get 2 actions. If there is already an activation disc on there, when you activate that character, including your own, you only get 1 action. Right, so if you were to activate the same character 2 turns in a row, that second turn you would only get 1 action. Uncanny characters, you can still do 2 actions if there is at least at most 1 disc on there. So you could activate the same character over and over and over again if no one else puts a disc on there. And still get 2 actions every time.
Specific question: in this case, if there was a disc on the test subject, say a white disc, and I put a green disc, and I activate the test subject, does my disc go on first and Uncanny doesn't trigger, or do I get Uncanny and then I put my disc on?
You put your disc on it first, and then if there are 2 discs on it.
Okay. So generally, Uncanny is only if you reactivate the character for the most part.
Correct.
Okay. Cool. Thank you.
But I'll double check that with Matt.
Who is here?
Matt?
Hey, hi. Is my mic on?
Yes.
It is now.
Hello.
All right.
Hi, Matt. Matt.
Pleasure to meet you.
You know everyone here. You know everyone here except Jan, who is one part of the fantastic YouTube board game channel Quackalope. And now Quackalope as well.
Yeah.
But there is a question about the way that Uncanny works. If there's a disc of another color, and you put your own disc on there, does that allow the Uncanny ability?
No. If there's 1 disc on the character at the beginning of your turn, then you can get 2 actions. If it's your disc, fine,
Yes.
2 actions. If it's someone else's, fine, 2 actions. But then you'll move your disc to the character.
Okay.
So it's it's useful.
So you
regardless of
activate
whether
the
it was
character
you.
first. You activate the character first, and then you put your disc on it.
Yes, we've argued over the right way to word this in the rules, and I think I recently changed it, and that might not actually be consistent with the way it's written on the ability now, but that's the way it's supposed
Correct.
to work. And I'll,
Okay,
I'll
cool.
make that note.
All right, that's okay. Good to know.
Okay. Okay, so I'm going to do my very best because as I said, Andy, I watched the video yesterday, but then when you said that that was okay because we were going to teach, I stopped watching the entirety
Yes.
of it, but I did get, I believe.
Yeah, the reason being that I thought that I was going to have to teach the game anyway because I thought we were going to have other new players, but it turns out that the only new player that was going to be here besides you bailed. So you are the only new player in this game. Yeah.
Lucky me. Okay, so I'm going to walk everything very basically and explain myself. And if everybody could do that as well, I would really, really appreciate it.
Sure. Trust me, I will be doing that. Yeah.
Absolutely.
Okay, so I think the first thing that I'm going to do is activate the Daredevil. This is one question that I had. So items and everything that I pick up do not get picked up by the character. They get picked up by my player.
No, they do get picked up by the character, and the item goes to the character card. The only exception to that is compromat.
Ah, got it. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and do that. So I'm going to activate the Daredevil, and so he is my conspirator now because I have the majority of cubes on him. Is that correct?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, perfect. So at Stationfall, Daredevil is not down or either possessed.
Nope.
Mm-hmm.
Conspiracy power is only relevant if he is your actual character.
Got it. Okay. So the abilities that I'd be using are these over here: the adrenaline and the pride. Got it. Okay.
Correct.
Cool. So honestly, right now I'm activating the Daredevil because I just feel that he's in a really advantageous position because of the different elements that he has in that dark lit room.
Yes, she has. But yes.
Oh, got it. So I'm gonna have her pick up that compromat as her free pickup action, which I will take for myself, and then as my main action, I guess, right?
So you still have 2 actions to do because you did a free pickup action.
Exactly. So now for my secondary action, I'm going to go ahead and just grab those nanomeds and put them on the Daredevil, just because she's there already. And then, so this is the part, jazz, sabotage, activate a section.
You can only move.
Yeah.
Right now,
I can only move right now.
You're going to be doing.
You could also wait.
No, I'd be interested in waiting. I'm moving a little bit right now, going to a more centralized area. So I'll go ahead and just move over to the tanks. How did I do? Is that okay?
Yeah, that is you did a perfectly valid turn there.
Yay!
Matt, just to note, because you weren't here to see it previously, and this happened in the last game as well. There are many characters that can pick up 2 compromat on their first turn.
Yes, and I'm still not settled on the free compromat pickup, but we'll see how it goes. I don't have an answer for that right now, but we're gonna play it as reads right now.
Yep, that's what we're doing.
Okay, I take troubleshooter.
It just leads to a pretty intense first and second player advantage.
Which I would, which to some extent already exists because,
It does. I've actually been paying attention to that. I don't think that the first player has been, winning that many games. I know because I'm usually the first player, and I don't win very many games.
There you go.
I move troubleshooter to forward today. I pick up the compromat.
That's 1 action.
And I kill the engineer.
Really?
All right. So the cameras are on. That is a lit section. So someone just became a suspect.
The troubleshooter.
Okay.
Oops, I see that I replaced the color teal with blue, but forgot to change their time markers. I will.
Yeah, I'll do that now.
I'll make that note.
So now, so Peasy now becomes a suspect, right? Like his player piece is going to go up.
Yes.
Yes.
He's become very suspicious, and so much as he just killed somebody in broad daylight, in broad light, with the cameras seeing his actions. So if that evidence gets sent to the authorities, that will move him to guilty because there's proof that he did the crime in question.
Okay.
Yeah, it did not very class game, but maybe this.
It did not work for Peter the last game. No.
Yeah, I was curious. Like in terms of strategy, is it good to kind of like start killing people so early?
That's a good question. I mean,
We will see.
It has not historically. Obviously, this is only the second game where we've maybe the second or third game where we've even had a suspect. So I can't speak too much to that. But generally, what Peter has done now is that he's added an extra victory condition for himself in that he now also has to send the evidence to the authorities.
Yeah,
make sure that the evidence doesn't get sent to the authorities. My point.
Yeah, I guess to me that is a not an advantageous move, indicative of who his character is. I don't know which character that is, but
well, any character that cares about killing people.
Sure. One of the primary ones being the engineer, right?
Yeah. And or alternatively, characters that care about the engineer not causing a ruckus.
Yep. Sure. That's
so it could really play both ways. Yeah.
Right.
It could be that he's is a troubleshooter and wants to make sure that the engineer doesn't start running him up.
If you reveal when you're downed, I assume your conspiracy powers don't happen.
Your conspiracy power is still active. Yes.
So, like, if I was the engineer and revealed, I would still get the damage marker with the time.
So that happened. Okay. Yeah, the engineer did that before he died.
Okay, got it. Okay, cool.
Yes, that was like he programmed the that section to blow up at some point.
Okay.
Okay. And so the troubleshooter began the game with that weapon, correct?
The troubleshooter begins with a weapon.
Yeah. Okay, that's what I thought. Cool. Okay. Bold first move. I like it.
I mean, Peter got he came in dead last game, so don't assume that
emphasis on dead.
Yes, actually.
Yeah, I ended guilty, and I did.
He got cocky. He got cocky, and the table punished him for his cockiness.
Oh no.
Oh, okay. So ETSD is blue. Okay, good. That's easy to distinguish.
All right. So I am going to suborn the inspector.
By the way, Matt, I'm playing with 15 cards in a 5-player game, which is one more than is listed in the rules, because I know you said you wanted to test an extra card in a 5-player game.
Okay. 15 in a 5-player game.
With no aliens or moles, because, again, new player.
Sure.
The inspector.
Where am I able to track whose turn it is right now, currently?
This is my fault. I thought I turned turns, but I did turn turns.
Yeah.
So whoever has the star, got it. Okay.
Yes.
So ETSD, you activated the investigator so that you can activate their ability to see adjacent compromats. Where are you at currently on the board itself? Here.
Right here.
Oh, there. Got it.
Yeah. So there's a compromat where I'm at, so I'm taking that.
Mm-hmm.
Good call.
And then I'm gonna, for one action, move. Oh, dang it! I forgot I can't move through.
Yep, you're not a tunnel rat.
No tunnel rat.
Yep, that's fine. I'll move over to the physics lab, and I'm gonna pick up this artifact.
Okay.
Okay.
Put it on the inspector.
On the inspector.
One more thing, Matt. These 12 characters are the starting characters that I've been testing for the curated setup. These last 3 were the ones that I added for a 5-player game. And that's still, I think if I were going to add a 5-player starting game, that's the 3 that I would add. It adds a little more chaos, but also a little more, anti-chaos.
Sure. Yeah, I've not made any attempts to curate your list, but it looks perfectly fine to me. All right, I have to step out, unfortunately, but good luck, gentlemen. And Andy, hit me with notes afterwards.
Will do.
We're all
Pleasure
counting on
meeting
you.
you, Matt.
Nice to meet you too. Take care.
So,
And I
PTSD, I have a
move
quick
turn
question. Did
marker.
you place your token here intentionally, or just it was the best place? Basically, what I'm asking, do you have to place your selection token
No.
on either or?
No.
No.
Okay, so you do have both of those at the same time. Okay, got it.
Yes. In the new art, we're going to have a space for the activation disc and the suborn cubes.
Yeah, one of the few advantages of TTS over actual games is you can actually just zoom on the card and you won't see any of the stuff that's on top of it, so you don't need
Right.
to worry
Which
necessarily about.
Which is a huge problem when you're developing games because you think, oh, this is fine, I can see everything, and then you play it physically and not
Yeah,
so much. Oath had that same problem. Oath had they had to completely redo their designs because they were testing in TTS, and they had to have people going to the office in the summer, at the height of COVID, just to be able to do that. And we actually didn't do that with PAX Viking, but in PAX Viking we didn't have anything that went on the actual tiles, so it wasn't as big of an issue for us. But in this game, it is. In this game, there's a lot of physical play testing we're going to need to do. So,
yeah. Also for Oath, once they redid the design, as you said, they then had to then go, oh, we actually have never made a physical copy of this version. We don't know if it'll fit in the box.
That's funny.
Designing board games during a pandemic is super fun.
Oh, I can tell.
Yeah, I got High Frontier and none of the scripts work when I open my box.
Oh.
That was a joke that I think a lot of the table missed, Jeff, but I got it.
Whoa! Someone's going big on Stowaway.
Interesting move.
All right, so the Stowaway, the Stowaway X has a special ability in that they start off the board.
Yeah, exactly. Where are they now?
So as an action, they're nowhere now. But as an action, as your first action with the Stowaway, you choose a dark section for the Stowaway to start. So essentially, the Stowaway is on board, but you don't know where they are. And then somebody decides.
It's an action to move there, right? So I only have one.
It is an action to move there.
Correct.
And you could move them into Vault X, and then they're stuck in Vault X with whatever scary thing is in.
Maybe I shouldn't have hidden this room. Maybe it's a bad idea.
Hey, it could be the Death Ray, and that would be amazing.
Move and.
So that was your free pickup action.
The Death Ray has caused me nothing but sadness.
The Death Ray is I love it because everyone can make it to safety and be like, yay, we're in the mesosphere, and they're like, by the way, there's a Death Ray.
There was a game where I had 11 points, and I'm like, okay, I'm solid, I'm good, unless the Death Ray is a thing. And sure enough, I went from 11 points to -2 points.
I understand now why the Stowaway did what they did. Frolics.
Yeah. Even though it's unfortunate for me, I was gonna have the Stowaway go to the escape pod and get both compromats.
I was thinking of that.
Oh, because they are also dark lit sections. Oh,
Yep.
Interesting.
That one escape pod is dark, right?
Yeah,
Yes.
they're all dark. All these three.
No,
I think
the only dark one. The only dark one is Escape Pod McQueen. The other ones are lit sections.
What? How do I? Oh, okay, I see. Because of the interior of the star. Okay, got it.
So indeed, I was eyeing that move too. So, but whatever.
Okay, so Galfredus.
that would be me. I don't care about that. I'm obsessing on compromat, so I'm trying to decide how I want to handle that. And the general answer being poorly.
You can move the security bot to get the compromat from the incinerator.
Yeah, that's a thought. I could move the Daredevil to get the compromat from either of those two things.
Yup.
I could move the Stowaway to the bridge, but that gives someone an easy compromat, and that seems like a poor call.
Oh yeah, because you need to. Yep. You can only do one action because there's already been someone.
Yeah. Same with the Daredevil, right? Like that's got a disc on it. The security bucket's 2 actions, but they're not interesting actions because I'm just running to the incinerator.
Yeah, wouldn't you need to do 2 moves in order to get to the incinerator, anyways?
Yes, and then a free pickup, right?
Oh, that's true. Yep.
I'm just looking to see what I missed in terms of other options.
And for the stowaway, you'd have to invest a bunch of cubes as well in order to even have control over them, right?
For the who?
For the stowaway?
Yes, the stowaway is so the stowaway is unlikely. I think that I would rather have. I think I'm going to do the Daredevil.
Darn, that was going to be my follow-up action.
And the Daredevil wants to go in here. And
Yep, that's exactly where I was going to. Great. Awesome. Oh no, it's my turn again. Okay.
Jan, the official motto of Stationfall is no plan survives first contact with the enemy. Don't assume that you're ever going to be able to do the thing that you plan on doing.
Not especially the player to your left.
Great stuff. So let's see. Is there any character in this game, like in the multiple variants that you have, that moves 2 spaces per turn or something like that? Just curious if you have that level of flexibility.
The Astro Chimp gets a free 0G move, for example.
Yep.
There are several characters. There are several characters that get free moves. The medical bot can move for free into a room that has a dead person. The Astro Chimp, when they reveal, they get a move into 0 gravity. The maintenance phones also get a move into 0 gravity, and the Daredevil can move, get a free move into and through a room with a hazard, and that includes space.
And so we don't have any hazards right now, right? They haven't been incorporated yet.
There are hazards. There is a hazard in the magnetic containment, and EVA is a hazard because it's space.
So this token here, got it. I see the token now. Okay, got it. So the inspector can activate with the compromise. Well, darn. There's nothing easy that I can get now.
No, you can do the same security bot thing.
Yeah, I was thinking of maybe doing that. You know what? Sure.
Don't assume that compromat is, necessarily the best thing to do. Maybe, you only have so many turns, and there's a lot of things that you have to do. I mean, I'll get a compromat if it's easy, but I definitely don't rely on compromat.
Yeah, I'm choosing to weigh it heavily. I'm not saying that's a good idea.
Hey, are the cameras on or off?
The cameras right now are on.
Oh, but the thing is gone. The little switch thing is. Oh, there it is up there.
The switch is still there, as I mentioned.
Okay, right.
A section action that happened in the security station.
Yep.
Okay, I just thought of something. Where is... Let's see. Andy, ¿dónde están las cosas de las cámaras para prender y apagar?
Ahí está. Aquí.
Oye, no tengo nada que me deje llegar rápido. Okay. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to activate the medbot. I'm going to activate the medbot, which means that I transfer my disk here, like so. So for the medbot, I'm going to go ahead and move them over here to the rec room. I'm going to pick up that dive suit. Can robots pick up items?
They can.
Yes.
Interesting. Yeah, so I'll just do my free pickup for that because I don't believe I'm going to have... And this is a blocked area, correct?
No.
This is a lock. Only people in command or that have command can go through locks. And when they do, the lock goes away.
Oh, okay. No, so you know what? I'm going to change. I just noticed what I actually want to do. So where is...
Okay.
Right there. Which means that I also have to
the monkey is there.
Yeah, you've got to put more of them there.
Yep, correct, because of the ability.
Yep.
Right, so that would be valid?
Back to its, red goes back to its rifle person. And you now have a loyal chimp in your cohort.
Conspiracy.
Mm-hmm. Oh, so okay, so I get that. So actually, you know what? I'm gonna put 3. I'm gonna put 3 on the
All
chimp.
right. Remember that you have a cube limit.
Of 5, right? Of 5, right? No.
Yes.
Depends on
Whatever.
the
No.
character.
You have
Whatever
a
your
cube
character
limit.
number is.
Your card. We now know what your card is. Yay!
You may or may not know what his card is.
Yes,
Probably
I'm looking at his card right now. So
Okay, wait. Do
Very
explain that to
possible
me,
this
please.
was an extremely subtle move to
Yeah.
misdirect us.
The
Yeah, but
limit
do
is
explain that to me, because I'm just putting cubes because the card here says under Suborn whether to place
right.
1 or more of your cubes.
all right. So Jan, do you see your bonus character? And I know what your bonus character is.
Yes.
And presumably it's the one that you have not turned 90 degrees, right? So
no.
at the
The
top,
one that my main character is the one that I don't have turned 90 degrees, right?
correct.
Okay.
Yes. All right. Now look at the top right.
Got
top
it.
right.
Got it. Okay, I didn't know that.
That is your
actually.
cube limit. That is
Okay.
your cube limit. That is how many cubes you can have out before you start losing points for cubes.
Oh, got
Now,
it. Okay.
Knowing that, decide if you want to put 2 or 3 cubes or however many cubes you're going to put on there.
Okay, let's do that then. I don't want to spend too much then. Got it. Okay, that makes more sense. So now knowing that critical thing, I'll go over and use the astrogen. What was that?
No, that was like feedback. Nobody said anything.
Ah, got it. Am I talking too loudly? Should I lower my microphone?
No, you're fine.
Okay, cool. So I'm activating the Astro Chimp. I now have their abilities. I'm going to go ahead and turn off the security cameras.
that didn't.
All right. So
Useful.
well, I mean, it took longer than it did last game. So now the cameras are off. You can indiscriminately kill people without suspicion.
No, so
Time for
I'm gonna go- That's what I always say. So I'm going to move the chimp 1, 2, and pick up that weapon.
Wait.
No.
No.
You have
No?
only one
So-
action and you've taken it.
Oh, no, you're
So-
right. You're right. Yes, I can only move once. You're right.
No, you can once you've already done your action.
He did one action, which was to turn off the cameras,
Yeah,
and
Oh,
there is no
yeah,
other
okay,
disc
there
on
was,
here.
it's true. There was actually a disc there, no disc there. That's true. Yeah.
There was
that's
a
what I thought.
cube there.
So
There
his
wasn't a
second,
disc.
his second action is he can move if he wants, and that's
you
it.
can use some system action, move, command.
Yeah, you can do it. You can do other system
Yeah,
actions.
cameras on or off.
You can turn off the jammers. You can do
Wait,
fire suppression
do
to remove his gas.
Yeah, never mind. Yeah.
You
Does
can do
the-
contingency protocol. No, actually, only
But the Astro Chimp doesn't have command, so he wouldn't be able to activate any system actions, correct?
The
No.
Astro Chimp can activate. Can do system. You can do system actions in these rooms if you're anybody. If you have command, then you can do it from anywhere.
Or who are located at the security station. Got it. You know what? Let's make things fun. I'm also turning off the jammers. Done.
Okay.
Good.
Beautiful.
That's okay.
So now that means
New player.
that
Thank you.
yeah, that means that the exile has command, the stowaway has command, and the believe that is it. Yeah, the exile and the stowaway now both have command.
That's frightening.
The inspector always acted as if they had command, so that's there's nothing new there. But all the hackers can now hack essentially.
I like chaos, so
I mean,
this is fun so far.
The commander still has command, right?
The commander is in command.
Yes.
I use operative.
Oh, by the way, we finally changed the rule where if the person in command dies, it goes to the next person.
Oh
in
yeah,
command.
I did see.
And
that.
the only reason why we did that is because everyone assumes that's how the rule works. So That needs to be basically, even though it's going to be more upkeep, if everyone assumes that's the rule, we're fighting against people. Same thing with the uncover compromat. Like, if it's not intuitive, it shouldn't be in the game.
And I use EMP on the medical.
Okay.
Wow.
Interesting. Yeah.
So aggressive. I like it.
Gonna be one of those games.
Well, Peter is on a warpath. He's already a suspect. I mean,
Well, now because of the cameras being off, he's free to kill it without mercy.
well, he was already a suspect, so it doesn't really matter. You can't be more suspicious than you already are when you commit your first crime.
And you can attack robots every time without being suspected.
Yeah, you're not gonna go to jail for killing a robot.
Got it.
This game, and I've had these arguments with Matt. This game makes a very, very interesting arguments about AI rights and
Yeah,
robot rights.
I was
They
thinking
think-
about that, like the moral dilemmas.
They don't have any. Yeah.
Ooh, that's a stance.
It's funny because in his last game, Pax Transhumanity, he actually makes a different argument for AI rights.
Interesting.
And I've had like heated arguments with him about, well, who's a criminal? Who decides that this person is a criminal? One person's criminal could be another person's freedom fighder.
Yep. Especially in this game, because we don't know the backstory.
So I
of why all
wanted
these characters are
I wanted
against
the
each other.
border to actually be. I wanted the fugitive to be actually be called a rebel. It used to be criminal. I got him to change it from criminal to fugitive. That was our compromise, but I wanted it to be rebel.
Good.
I like it.
We've had, heated discussions about moral relativism and just in general, like ethic. Matt, the designer of this game. He's a prosecutor. He's a lawyer. So we've had arguments about good and bad and who can be considered a criminal, et cetera, et cetera. This game could be an ethics class.
No, exactly. Yeah, no, I love it. I love that about it. Okay, so ETSD, what is your turn?
I think I'm going to sow a bit of chaos myself, although not nearly as much. I'm going to activate the exile, warn him, and he's going to move over here and pick up a weapon.
Oh.
You have another action still.
More action.
Move and pick up is
Pick
two
up is
action.
free.
Pick up is free.
Free action,
One
so
pickup.
you can do one more if you want.
So-
I thought the pickup
one
was
thing-
only free if it was compromat.
No.
Pickup. You can do one free pickup action
Oh, perfect. Then I'm going to move right into the hub and say hello.
into the
I
murder room.
wonder what's happening.
Hey, how's it going? Ow.
There's if we were to do analytics on this game, this room, and Peter and I talked about this recently, this room would be the most dangerous room on this station. More people have died in the rear hub than.
Let me help you out there.
Uh-oh.
By the way, Jen, this is something for you to note and for everyone else to note. The monkey can manufacture evidence, and remember that evidence, not only is it important to certain characters, but if evidence gets
Wait.
sent to the authorities,
Hold on.
If
Hold on.
evidence gets sent to
Oh,
the
the opera cut
authorities,
down.
what?
Okay.
so the monkey can manufacture evidence, and if the evidence is sent to the authorities, Peter becomes guilty.
Yeah.
Mhm.
But he could just manufacture it himself and send it and become suspect again.
Correct. Which is why last game we sent the evidence through the array, and then we destroyed the array. And we made sure that he did not get off the station, so he couldn't redeem himself.
Yes, I have evidence myself to get redeemed, but they stole my boat and I...
We didn't steal your pod.
Just one thing. I think I want to have an extra cube on. Want to do this with 2 cubes. So
Sure.
that's the only thing. So
Sam is just, he's spending cubes like
Like if he
Like
didn't
the-
have a limit,
losing
it's almost like he
value.
has a 6, like a 6 potential hand in there, huh? Oh,
I know what Samuel has. I'm not going to mention it, but it's. I'm just saying those cubes don't lose value over time.
The security bot could also
Don't
make it to
spend
the
them
rare
right
hub.
away.
so okay.
Yes, no,
Andy, talk to me a little bit more about these cubes. So far, so right now, for example, the commander can only have 5 cubes out, or they can have as many cubes out, but they will have minus points
The
for every
cubes
cube
that are
above
cubes
5.
are on no the cubes that are on these things don't. All this is telling you is that if somebody is the commander, this is how many cubes they can have out before they start losing.
But
That is
you
all
can
that
have
means.
8 cubes out.
The important thing is that those cubes are back in your pocket before the end of the game, before Stationfall, correct?
Yes, you can at the end at Stationfall. If you have more than that number of cubes out, you're going to lose a point for every cube that you go over.
Okay, and that's fine because there's also the renegotiate where you can skip the
Correct.
remainder of your turn and return your activation disc in one. Oh, it's only one. Got it.
Correct.
That's why it's tricky.
There's also Therapy Garden that allows getting cubebacks.
Yes, the
But
Therapy
I've
Garden
never
does
seen
allow.
anybody use it.
I've seen somebody. I think
Oh.
I saw like Matt use it once, but it doesn't get used very often. You're right. As an
Galford,
action, a player can. It's basically the same thing. It takes an action to take a cube back.
So I missed Joff's action, I think.
I was trying to narrate, but there was too much conversation. So I suborn the inspector, who moves to the print shop and prints a
shop.
helmet.
Helmet. Okay.
Prints a helmet.
So the inspector acts as if the
Perfect.
inspector acts as if they have command. So the inspector could print a gun. And I don't mean that's particularly for Jeff. I mean that for anyone. If anyone wanted to print a gun, the inspector could do it.
No, Inspector cannot do it because it says command
Why not?
action in the bridge.
Yeah,
Maybe-
and also
that was I misread that. I thought it was
And-
the inspector act as if they had command. Okay, never mind.
okay, and actually okay, sure.
So the follow-up question was that. So guns. I'm assuming that blunt weapons would only be in the space where you're at, but guns let you shoot on a separate
No.
section. No.
That is a very interesting guess, and that may be how it should work, but that's not what that means. The weapons can be used to damage sections and down characters that do not have helmets on. Guns can be used to damage sections and down any character regardless, and that's basically the difference, is that if somebody has a helmet, they are immune from attacks by weapons, but not by guns.
Okay. Let's do something fun. I'm going to go ahead and activate the security bot. And we are going to kill the inspector.
No,
I don't think you
Okay,
can
so
do
you
that.
can't do
no,
that.
no. The-
Inspector's
You
not
can't do that because the security bot cannot attack
non-fugitives.
So
Okay, got it.
Yeah, you're asking a cop to commit cold-blooded murder, and that's not gonna happen. Unless you reveal as the security, in which case they lose their peacekeeper ability.
Got it. Okay, let's see. I wanted to do something fun. I haven't done anything too crazy yet. Okay.
Well,
so
I mean,
let's
we're
do
in turn 3 of a 14 or 15 turn game, so
that.
it'll happen. I would
So that's your
concentrate.
idea of fun, huh? Just killing a poor inspector.
Well, yeah.
I mean, if you were the security bot and you revealed this as a security bot, then you could do that. But that's entirely dependent on that.
Security bot must have fun.
Yes, that is my prerogative. My main directive. Interesting. What else? Okay, interesting.
Yes, I wrote
Okay.
story how it is playing the security bot.
Oh yeah, that was great.
Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and activate. I'm just gonna do this turn then. Where is my? Yep. Free pickup here.
Yes.
For the stranger, huh?
Yes, the stranger.
Marshall.
Uncanny.
We
Stranger's
just
gonna
did the
move
art
one.
for the stranger, and it looks pretty cool. Pretty cool.
Okay, so
looking
Therapy
stranger.
Garden allows for a specialty action. Is that correct? Crenshaw forward, crime.
But
Yeah.
it's
So any
Yeah.
room that has a purple text, that means that is a room that has a special ability, and the special ability is somewhere in this thing here.
Yep.
Now, this is not ideal. When we redo the map, we're going to make sure that the information is in the room. But this is what we have right now.
Yeah, if you can make that fit, that'd be very useful.
But Therapy Garden is only for revealed characters, so not.
Yeah, so
Okay.
there's no betrayal boxes there, so it makes no
Therapy
sense to
Garden is
activate that. Yep. Yeah, you know what? I'm just gonna move the stranger right here. Just hanging
Alright,
out.
that's-
Hey, how's it going?
Hey, all good, dude. How about you?
Pretty good. Pretty good.
I just picked up this metal object here. It feels great on my hands, and it's awesome.
That well, I mean, yeah, sure. It's yes. Wait a minute. That's against station regulations. I'm not sure you should be holding that.
Oh, station regulations. I had no idea. I'm sorry. Okay, that's it. Boom.
And also the Counselor has fast talk, so he cannot be attacked in the lead section.
I believe the counselor has
Attack.
been nerfed a bit, so that cannot be attacked by humans with weapons in lit sections.
Okay.
So,
Pom pom
yeah,
pom.
so a robot can still kill the counselor in a lit section.
Sure.
I activate the border.
Stop talking so quickly.
Oh dear. Ooh, now stuff is going to start happening. Oh no.
Oh.
And the stowaway is by
Oh.
person.
Peter's a murder machine this game.
Spicy. So spicy. Okay.
Because the 3 cubes on the character make him nice target to mess up.
Is that
The interesting thing is that because Pizine has his cards face down, I can't see them without actually looking. And it's the same thing with ETSD, and I kind of don't want to because I'm curious who he is. I have an idea of who he is, but I'm going to.
Yeah, I have an
I'm gonna
idea
see.
too.
I can write too if you want.
No, I mean I just have to look at it and I'll see, but I don't want to. But I'm pretty sure. I'm like 80% sure who he is just based on his actions. It's an interesting approach if he is who I think he is.
Who do you think you know?
Peter Pizine.
Yeah,
Okay.
I have my guess as well, but we'll see.
I think he's just playing chaos just to play chaos to throw us all off. But all right, I'm going to put 3 cubes on our beloved Astro Chimpo.
Wait. Oh yeah, 3. Sure.
Boop.
There you go. You got your 2 cubes back, Jen.
Hey.
It's always a good investment.
Wouldn't you?
That chimp is making a lot of friends.
Yeah, he's just gonna come over here to realize support and then climb up into the forward hub. He wants to get out and see the rest of this ship.
Wouldn't you have to
Astro
place
Chimp. We
4
also
there?
did the art for that, and the Astro Chimp looks amazing.
Oh, he did. He lose the 0G movement. Okay. He lost it. All right.
By the way, guys, so
no,
0G was only in where
zero
was
G. 0G movement is when he's revealed as a character.
That's why. Okay. Yes, in my last game, someone revealed that early.
Yes, that was me.
0G was on the lower 2 rings. Is that correct?
No, any square is 0G room. Any not so any square or star is a 0G room. Any circle is a gravity room. So the idea, I mean, this is a space station. So the rings are rotating, so they create artificial gravity, right? Anything that's not rotating does not create artificial gravity, so it's a 0G room. So the middle of the station doesn't have any gravity in it. The rings do.
Got it. Okay, frolicsome.
This is a very scientific, serious science game.
It's actually my turn. Oh, that's interesting.
And fireworks, the way that it works in space.
People are just moving around too much, I think, in this game.
Telepathic rats work the same way that they do in real life.
My thing. They don't. It's annoying.
What is the thing you're trying to do, frolicsome? Curious.
Yeah, well, I kind of don't know.
I just wanted to get the chimp the hell away from the security station because too much chaos can become from that. So sorry for moving someone.
Sorry, not sorry.
Characters got killed. I have lots to complain about. I think I'll just go and put 2 on the troubleshooter. And move the troubleshooter.
Is he going for the chimp?
And 2.
Oh, okay. Woo.
I'm just going to... I'm going to activate the inspector, who's going to move here and grab some adjacent compromat.
So this isn't public yet, but this is a current the current art for the Astro Champions.
Dude! Oh, that looks so nice. I love it. That's beautiful. But by the way, whose turn was it just now? Galfredus or ETSD?
Yeah,
It was
Galfredus.
Was that pickup action because it was an adjacent section an action? It couldn't be your free pickup for the turn?
No, it says he can uncover from adjacent sections, so he only got 1 action because there was already a disc on him.
Got it. Thank you. Okay, so... Yep, we're gonna do the thing, I think. If I want to use the troubleshooter, how many cubes do I have to put down? Do I have to put down 3?
2.
Just 2? Cool.
You have to match.
1 action.
Astro Chimp is the exception. Generally, it's matching.
But you'll have 1 action.
That is
yeah,
correct.
the action is to... So I am taking down the cyber test subject.
Okay.
Interesting.
Very interesting. Okay, I'm done. When somebody sighs like that, you know something's being done correctly.
I have a bad feeling about this.
It's a trap.
I take Stranger. And I kill the commander.
All right, that means command moves to...
Is anybody left?
Uh,
The counselor's left.
Jesus, it moves to the counselor?
What?
Oh my gosh.
And my second action.
Can you attack 2 times if you wanted to?
Yes, but I cannot.
Yes, you can do any action as many times as is possible. So you could theoretically attack 4 times on your turn if you had if you used your bribe and had that character's complement.
Oh, that's so interesting, Pizen, that you didn't decide to take down the counselor.
Because it is not possible.
No, you could have. He's in a dark room. You could have totally taken him out.
No,
Wait,
so
are
the
we-
counselor has.
Are we still
has-
advancing this track? Who's doing
Not
that? 'Cause I think we've done a few more turns, right?
Yeah, one more.
Are we at 11? Oh, okay, good.
That
So
that-
what-
the counselor is fast talk. They cannot be attacked by humans with weapons in lit section.
and that is a lit section. Man, that section is lit.
Oh, got it. Okay, now I understand the difference between lit and dark.
Oh,
Yeah,
oh,
yeah.
and
My
this,
bad.
and this, where'd the stranger go? Oh, there's the stranger. Okay.
They're not disappearing yet. Soon, though. Very soon.
Hmm.
And we got the bench of shame over here.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go ahead and suborn the exile, and they're gonna move down into the kitchen and take out the stranger.
Oh! Spicy!
Jeez.
So spicy!
Interesting.
Things are becoming a little bit radical here.
This
now,
is-
now
this
we
is-
move the turn.
You know, this is supposed to be like a tame setup here.
Well, it's going to be a quick
Teams.
game.
What's teams?
Tame.
What is even a
So
team?
we are working. So there is a team game. It's in the rules.
Oh, is it?
And,
Hmm.
You can play either you can play two player or 3-player teams.
Hmm. Well, that's
Also,
definitely
if-
not been this game.
Also, two of us have characters whose goals are, along the same lines. We can work together as long as, we're both convinced that we'll be able to score more points than the other person.
Yep, I did that last game. I was the exile, and I worked with the commander to try to save as many people as possible. Except
Saving
the
people, an
stowaway.
interesting
We made
strategy.
sure that the stowaway, did not escape the station.
So I have a question about items. Like, when people are down, do the items stay with them? Do they go back onto the board?
Yes.
Do, like,
No. So when they die, they basically drop their items. So you
So
can't
the
just
stowaway
go
now
into
has a
the-
helmet here, right?
So the helmet is still on the stowaway, but yes,
Oh,
they.
got it.
But
Okay.
it can be
And,
picked up.
that's a good point, Jen. It may be that may be a thing that we should do. That we should move all of the items that are on a person back into the room that they are in.
Yeah, because I was curious because I saw the
that is-
stowaway dead
No,
and
you,
they still wearing the
you
helmet.
shouldn't do that because if they get revived, they should still have the items.
That's valid, Jeff. So yeah,
Ah, so you
but
can.
you can't
revive.
pick it up. It is still in their possession, but you can take it from them
Mhm.
if they are down.
Yeah.
But
it
it's
just-
not a jack action, right?
right.
It's not a jack. No.
Yeah, and dropping items on the ground will take much time to manage it, probably.
Okay.
I think
Well,
this
with
is as much
the
death.
moving
This is as
option-
much death as I've ever seen this early. in.
Yeah, it's pretty rough. I think I've seen enough death,
Oh,
but I don't know what to do about it.
And I know everyone's character except Peter.
What, by looking or by guessing?
No, I'm the moderator, so I can see everything.
Oh, okay. You just haven't seen Peter's.
Yeah,
Andy,
Peter's and
you can
Peter's
press
and Adam's.
shift.
Yeah, I
When you
know.
look at something- oh, okay.
I'm choosing not to look at
Got it.
I love the fact that we've almost run out of down tokens.
Yeah, really.
We can kill two
Yeah,
more
I'm gonna
people
fix
before we
one.
have a problem.
We can always duplicate them, right?
I know.
Yeah.
It's just their
I think I'm going to keep it simple for now, and I'll just renegotiate. So that's taking 1 cube, right?
Yeah.
How many do you
Yes.
have? One,
And you
two,
could
three,
you could optionally take a cube and optionally take your disc back.
Optionally take my disc back, but I can also leave it on the troubleshooter.
Yes.
No, I'll take it back.
So what happens if your character dies? Like your conspirator? What happens if they die?
Depends on the character.
Well, you just asked 2 questions. If your conspirator dies, your conspirator is dead. If your character dies, your character is dead. So the answer is the same for both. But it just they're downed until they get revived. And if they don't
But
get
that doesn't
revived, then they're
affect your
down.
winning condition or anything, right?
It depends.
I mean,
You still evaluate your victory condition at the end of the game, so you still count how many points you got.
Got it. Okay.
So, for example, let's say you're the operative, and the operative is dead right now. You still get 3 points if the evidence doesn't escape. You still get 3 points if the company and no other offsite receives that secret, and you don't get the 3 VP if you or your conspirator survives with the battlefield.
Got it.
Or actually, you may still get it if your conspirator survives with the biosample.
And how do you revive so far? Is it in a room?
So there's, and by the way, all of this is here, like in the "Oh no, I am dead."
Okay. By the medical bot or nanomeds. Got it. So the daredevil could revive someone.
And then robots can be revived in the machine shop, or by drones, or characters with a jury rig ability. And not all characters need to survive. I mean, the "Oh no, I am dead" pretty much, gives you the information you need.
Counselor picks up the loot. Okay.
I also put a second cube on the counselor since it's the only living person in command who has command. Oh.
Yeah, you know what? I'm gonna emulate. I think it was Frolicsome that activated that. I'm gonna emulate Frolicsome. I'm just gonna take a cube back, and also gonna take my command token back.
Yep, which you have the
Your
option to do.
activation is, I guess.
Yeah. Yes.
And that is it for my turn, everyone.
I use border.
Oh no, he's going for the compromat.
I throw the stowaway to the space.
Oh,
I move once.
oh, that's bold. Ooh.
Why throw the stowaway into space?
I think there's a character that has
Prevent the
jumping.
stowaway
in there.
to further prevent the stowaway from getting revived.
Yep.
Sure. Okay.
Going to activate the inspector. Gets 2 actions.
Yes.
1, move into the incinerator. And the second, he's going to throw the artifact into the forward hub.
So not into the incinerator. So interesting.
He's got a bad shoulder. He tried, and he just kind of, he missed it. Flung it the wrong direction.
Interesting. I'm sure it has nothing to do with the fact that there's a monkey in that room.
Clearly
That
not.
like shiny
Hey,
objects.
remember, as long as the monkey doesn't have a gun.
Okay. Yeah, that gives me some ideas. Maybe. Okay.
So we move the turn.
I think it might be time.
To reveal?
Shooter.
So the amusing thing is that like there is a medical bot that could revive all of these people, but the medical bot was one of the first things killed.
Yeah, almost like it was.
Yeah, by somebody who was killing a lot of people. So I think somebody wants a lot of people dead.
Mm-hmm.
Quick question. So because the troubleshooter, you didn't place a new cube down. So is that doable?
Yes.
Just because you had. Okay.
As long as you're tied for the lead of cubes, you can activate the character.
Does everyone know how characters? So, not that it's likely in this game, but does everyone know how characters survive?
They need to get.
Wait, they can survive?
I don't like that
Not
you
in
just
this
looked
game.
at Project X and asked that question. But yeah, we got to get to a pod, and we got to launch the pod, and it's got to get to the mesosphere.
There
Before
are multiple
Stationfall.
ways that characters can survive. That is one way. You can escape via an escape pod, and remember that these escape pods require abandoned ship. The OSHA ship and the medevac do not. This one requires a badge or jury rig. This one requires a dead body be inside it. The dive suit will also let you body surf back to Earth. And on some occasions, there are other, there's some project. One of the Project X things is a stasis field generator, which allows you to enter like a thing of invulnerability and survive that way. There are, I believe those are all of the ways in the game that you could survive.
I have a question.
Yes.
I heard that the dive suit no longer provides a helmet. Is that true?
Correct. Yes,
Okay.
the art needs to be changed there to show that there's no helmet. You
Got it.
still need a helmet in order to survive with the dive suit.
Oh, interesting. So you got to combine items.
And to the launch other pods, there must be abandoned ship declared.
Yes, I said that. These pods in particular require abandoned ship. This one does not. That one does not.
And abandoned ship is on the bridge, right?
So you can declare abandoned ship a number of ways. If you have command, you can do a command act, a bridge action, to declare abandoned ship. If Project X is released, that triggers
Abandoned ship
abandoned ship.
automatically.
Is to send.
If the antimatter is armed, meaning it's removed from magnetic containment, that also triggers abandoned ship.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sorry, what did
And
you
then
do?
if-
What did the previous player do?
The troubleshooter printed, manufactured the secret,
Okay.
and sent it to the stowaway.
And if you
Fascinating.
damage two rooms with this lightning bolt symbol, so if you damage either this room, the power cells up here, or the mainframe here, if you damage two of those, the station goes into blackout, and that also triggers abandoned ship. So multiple ways.
Crazy. Okay, Galfordus.
Yeah. I'm thinking.
It's been hard for me to keep up with the with like who everybody could be. I'm just focusing so much on like the things that I should be looking at.
I would recommend your first game, especially you concentrate mostly on trying to score points. And then over time, you can start recognize when you get more familiarity with the personalities of the different characters, then you can start deducing who someone is and trying to stop them.
There's a lot of things to remember, but it is at the end of the day
Yeah.
fairly simple
The Daredevil goes in here and picks up the compromat.
for a free pickup. Mm-hmm. Okay, so I hope this is a valid action. I am placing one cube and an action disc on the troubleshooter, correct?
Yeah.
Oh, actually, question. This means I only have a single action, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Correct.
I don't like that. Okay, I'm going to take that back.
Well, you've been doing it a few times, I think, already.
I don't like that at all. Okay. Well, it's gonna be it then. Gonna do the same. I'm not going to place a cube, but I will be placing an action disc down on. Oh, I haven't actually. So sorry, cube as well. On the robot. moving the security bot one space and to the monkey. No?
Is the monkey a
No.
fugitive?
No.
Yes. The monkey is not a fugitive. However, again, if this was a revealed character, the robot could do it, but they cannot do it right now.
If security were revealed, yes.
Yes, if security were revealed, then they could attack anyone. Currently, they cannot because the peacekeeper ability does not allow them to.
Right. And
Done.
All right. So Jan has revealed as a security bot. So the peacekeeper
I must destroy.
uh-oh.
is no longer there. So the security can kill the monkey now. So the monkey's dead.
Ding
Must
dong.
destroy. Okay. I don't know if that was a smart move. I don't think it was, but whatever. We'll figure it out.
Well, I mean, you
And,
needed to keep the loot and the artifact on board, and the monkey was,
Yep.
Yeah.
the
were
monkey's
about to pick it
ability.
up.
The monkey's ability is to take those things.
Mhm.
So
This, sorry, I missed it. But the security bot was revealed?
Yes.
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 So
Oh, okay.
put your cue back and put. Yes.
Right.
So you take your key
That's what
back.
that's for.
Yeah.
Yes.
So now
And-
we
and
cannot
you,
activate
you
the
can
security
pick
bot.
up the helmet or the
Artifact.
from the ground. If
Oh,
you
I
do
will.
you
I
wanna
will
pick
pick
up-
up the. I will pick it up as a free action. No, not
So
the
which
artifact.
one do you want to
the
pick up?
helmet.
Do you want to pick up the helmet or the artifact?
Helmet. 100% helmet.
Okay.
Okay.
Remember that the robot does not need a helmet.
Oh, they don't.
The robot.
The robot does
The
not
robot-
need air to breathe.
The robot cannot be attacked or jacked by weapons.
Okay. So if that's the
Which
case,
means
I'll
you
use the
need to-
artifact and just throw it at eventually when it's time. Right? That would work.
Yeah, sure.
Could I throw? Can I throw things through vents?
No.
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 Okay, I had assumed so. I was just making sure.
Yeah, it's worth asking. If one of your victory conditions is making sure that the artifact is on board at Stationfall, having the artifact on your person kind of protects that. So it's not a bad idea to hold on to the artifact for safekeeping.
Mm-hmm.
I use troubleshooter.
One troubleshooting action,
I
which means you get to
use-
look at Project X, right?
Peter's gonna shoot some trouble.
Yeah. Can I peek?
Because you activated a character with the secret.
Does the troubleshooter have the X secret? Yes, they can.
No, that's stupid.
Doesn't kill enough things. He doesn't like it.
I move here and I drag Cyborg with me.
Oh.
Wait, what?
Corpse party coming.
Interesting. I didn't know you could. I hadn't seen that drag ability yet. What is
Yes, you can drag a dead body once on your turn.
Interesting.
And that's not as an action, that's an addition, like your action of moving.
No, that is yes. So when you move, you could optionally drag a dead body with you once. So you can't drag it again on the next action.
You grab the leg and take them behind you.
No idea if I'm doing good or not yet.
Well, there are there's a lot of dead people,
Oh, I know.
and you get points. You get points for dead people. So
Oh, I know. I mean, like in the overall sense of things, because I don't know how everybody else is doing.
that's part of the game.
And
Wow.
someone can
You have to
shoot you
deduce.
right
You have to
now.
deduce what everyone else is, and therefore deduce how many points they may have if they are that person.
And prevent more points from being gained.
Correct. So if you know that someone's the engineer, for example, you may want to thwart their things. If you know somebody is the monkey, you may want to, like I said, grab all the shiny things so they can't get them.
Mm-hmm.
Here.
Wow, the engineer has a really good shot right now too.
Where's the engineer? Oh, the engineer's doing amazing.
Mm-hmm. However, somebody did shoot out the stowaway, so that already invalidates one of their victory conditions.
No. You mean the last one?
Yeah.
Well, if no downed humans escape the station.
Mm-hmm.
No, I think if you're in EVA and there's no rescue ship, you don't escape the station.
Oh,
If you are in
interesting.
EVA, wait 1 second. If you are in EVA and no one is the boarder, you do escape.
Well, and actually, but you have to be undowned.
Undowned.
Correct. Yes.
So the stowaway currently will not survive. So that will still meet that
The
condition.
stowaway will not survive. Correct.
So I'm right then, right or no?
Yes, you are. That last victory condition is currently being met.
Oh, it is being met. Interesting.
To all this, I will suborn the boarder. Boarder is going to move into the storm shelter and kill the daredevil.
Wow.
Oh man.
Darn it!
You could kill the security.
Yeah. Well, whatever.
He could, but he didn't.
He could, but he chose not to.
Wait, how could he kill me?
Gun.
He has gone.
Border
He
has a gun.
Yep. I've been
But I
thinking-
can't be attacked by. I can't be attacked by
You
weapons.
can't be attacked by weapons. The gun is not a weapon. I know that is not a great
The
name
gun
for
is
it,
not a
but
weapon.
That would totally change that name. That is super confusing.
I 100% agree with you.
Interesting. Okay.
Weapons are all they're all yeah. What kind of name would work for that? Hand weapon.
Armaments or something like a more generalized term.
But
I mean,
guns
it's not-
could also be armaments.
Yeah.
Basically,
So
it just needs to be like something like cannot be attacked by wrench. You know, like you just need to have all of them be a name. Like, call it the
melee? What
space
about
tool.
melee? What about melee and range?
Cannot
Something
be
like that.
attacked by space tool. But
Well,
gun
we'll
is not
figure it
space.
out. We'll figure it out. But I'm
Don't
well
take
aware.
my
I'm well
time.
aware that the current name is bad. But we'll figure it out.
Nobody is interested, so but I'll just do it. I'll manufacture nanomeds.
I don't like that.
So
What are you reviving?
I believe we're moving turns, right? Nobody moved the turn yet.
Nope.
Yep.
I'm moving outside EVA, and I'm
Yep.
using hide
Oh no!
and reviving the stowaway.
Damn it!
All right. So then the stowaway is revived. Yes, because they have.
I hate that.
Oh. Okay. Hold on.
No.
Wow.
There's a bunch
Okay.
of people with guns out there who are killing everything and everybody, so it's kind of hopeless anyway. But
Well, you're in the safety of space right now, where there are no people with guns.
yeah,
Could you go out into EVA and kill everyone?
well, of course,
Yeah.
I
Go out into
out to
EVA.
EVA and kill
Yes,
everyone.
that
So
is
you know,
that is 100% a thing you can do. Yes.
But you have to get to EVA, and other people are not.
and kill
immediately-
everybody. Yeah, I mean, you know,
Must
it's
destroy.
And can you attack with weapons?
And you need to do it with a gun. You need to do it with a gun because everyone in EVA has a helmet. So
Right.
yeah.
I have a gun. Must must destroy. Okay, Galfredus.
Yeah. We're gonna activate the counselor.
Oh no!
I mean, we'll take a dive suit because it's there.
No other reason.
And then, things got interesting.
You can go to the security room.
I can, because I'm in command as the counselor. Yes.
So EA does
Yes.
not count on board, I suppose, for the security. purposes, or does it?
Seems a little
So what
late
is the
to go
question?
turn the cameras on.
Samuel, what's the question?
Sorry, yeah, the security has gains victory points per downed armed human or robot on board at Stationfall. Does EVA count as on board?
No.
No.
Okay.
Darn
So
you!
if you throw them off the station, then they are no longer on board.
Stop, you evil man!
Yeah, exactly. Hold on a sec. Sure. Oh my God! What happened here?
Compromat time. Revealing counselor is moving into my room, and I'm doing 2 kill actions.
Yeah.
Wow.
Wait a second. Wait. What did you do, Jen?
You only get 1 action because you already have the disc on your security button.
No, but I'm the only disc there.
Yeah, that doesn't matter.
There's a disc at the start of your turn. That's how
Yes.
it works.
Ah,
That
darn it.
includes you.
Okay.
Yes.
Then
Right,
fine, I'll kill the counselor only.
Are they
Still felt
armed?
great.
Are they armed? I mean, it's not points.
No, it's every human.
No.
Down
No,
and
Not
armed
every
human.
human.
Human
For
or robot.
downed armed human or robot.
Oh gosh, darn it! I had not read that yet.
I guess you could plant a gun there or something.
That
can't-
would make sense.
That should be in the rules.
You can give it on to a
You
located
could
character.
absolutely. I mean,
Yeah.
it's not going to be in the rules, but you could absolutely do that to get more
Yeah, I
points,
did
sure.
that
Yeah,
for
take
the.
an item from
Hey, they were coming right for me.
I mean, that is 100% like something that we intend is for people to plant weapons on dead people so that
Yeah,
they get
so-
more points.
So technically, I guess that would be part of the give action.
So I
Yes.
have a question. If I were to steal the loot from the council, like let's say instead of killing them, I steal the loot. They could steal it from me because I'm a robot, right?
They can
Even if
steal
I
it
have
from you
my
because
helmet.
they can jack. Yeah. So if you can attack someone, you can jack them. So in order to steal from the robot, you need a gun because in order to attack the robot, you need a gun. So you can only jack from the robot if you can attack them. You can only
Okay,
jack from any character if you can attack them.
Yeah, I'm gonna stay with my original plan. Look at all the death in that center room. It's beautiful.
So that
Yes.
the security bot. I mean, they care about neutralizing threats. So if somebody doesn't have a weapon, they're not a threat. But just like the medical bot, the medical bot gets points for reviving people, right? But the best way to revive someone is to kill them first.
This entire time I've been thinking
I activate
that it's
everything.
everybody that's dead. Oh, darn it. No, how
Amusingly,
dare
you haven't even killed. Amusingly, you haven't even killed that many people compared to everyone else.
That's true, yes. Oh, how dare you!
You do want to
that.
kill the border because the border is a fugitive,
Yep.
and you want to kill fugitives.
But they can also kill me.
The border can't kill you. Yes.
Well,
I can pick something on the way. Maybe.
Oh, that's horrible. Why would you take that body? Mm. Well, actually, it makes more sense if I... Okay, so... No, it's too late now. It's too late. I would have probably taken down the troubleshooter instead.
All right, I'm going to activate the. What the hell's this guy's name? The Exile. And he is going to move down into the machine shop through the rear hub. Because there's a lot of death in the station, and he wants to get the hell out of here.
Yep, so I thought, running away. Don't
By
like
the
it.
way, in the machine shop, if you don't have jury rig in the machine shop, you can revive robots. So if somebody wanted to drag the medical bot into the machine shop and revive them, they
Sure,
could
I'll do that. I will have dragged the Metabot for in my second move action right there. So if someone wants to come revive it with jury rig, hey, it's an option.
Well, you don't need jury rig. You just need to do a section action in the machine shop. Someone with jury rig can repair anywhere on the station, but anyone can repair in the machine shop.
Noted.
Okay.
Darn, I lost. Darn. Okay.
1.
All right, back to Frolicsome. Did we need to move the turn counter?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. So. Oh,
Reading
man.
comprehension, so important. Yeah, Samuel, you're gonna make so many points.
I don't know.
Oh no, you weren't the one that even moved him, were you? Interesting.
Yeah.
So who's brown? Who's brown? No one's brown. ETSD. Okay, got it. Well, not as many as I thought you were gonna make.
I kind of have a feeling I probably, the best thing I can do right now is just renegotiate once again. I will leave my disc on the inspector though.
If the commander's in the game, they're having a tough time.
Yep.
So where's the border?
Or no.
If the troubleshooter's in the
I'm
game,
also
they are
going to
also
take back my activation disc. The inspector can move around if they want. I don't mind.
The troubleshooter and the commander are supposed to be the counterinsurgent characters, and they are.
So sorry,
They're
I'm consistently not moving this, so I don't know who should be in charge of that.
Of what?
Oh,
Yeah.
who you at? Who are
Define
you?
that. The timer, the game timer.
Of the.
Yeah.
We are moving the run marker.
I hope we're doing this correctly still.
Samuel, I'm keeping track of it. Don't worry. About
Okay,
it.
good.
I knew it.
I would love to talk. I declare as the counselor.
Yeah, I had a feeling.
Everyone with a cube on the troubleshooter is suspect, because I have recordings.
Yes.
Oh, that's interesting.
No problem for me.
You've been implicated.
I am going to compromat the troubleshooter to drag the counselor into the room with the border.
No.
I'm going to suborn the border,
Good.
Whoa.
who is going to take the nanomeds from the Daredevil and use them on the counselor.
What? Damn it!
I'm going to bribe the border to give their gun to the counselor.
What the?
This is a power move right here.
What the hell?
It's a power move.
What is going on?
So the nanomeds are now in
and
possession of the border,
counselor,
right?
the counselor
Yes.
has gained command. The counselor has gained command. Gained a
It's beautiful.
gun.
No,
Yes.
I helped you then. My entire turn was me helping
Implicated. Yeah. The counselor has implicated more than half of the players. Gotten a gun and gotten command. This is the part of the story where the
I think
protagonist
the
starts to fight back.
troubleshooter should have the command.
That's the big climax, the big turning point in this whole story.
Oh, it's
The
four.
troubleshooter. I thought the troubleshooter was last.
Yeah.
Yes, and
troubleshooter
when
is
the
fine.
counselor dies, the troubleshooter should get the command and stay on him.
Yes.
Okay,
I
but
would,
the
I would
counselor's
Like
not dead.
that, yeah. So
No, but the counselor was dead for a long time.
Yeah.
Yes, but they're
Right,
not
the
dead now, so it
counselor
goes
was
back to
revived
him.
before the counselor. Once the counselor is revived, they are more in command than the troubleshooter.
Correct.
Is that
Yeah,
the
so-
protocol?
That is currently how we're playing it. That the person with the highest, the lowest number is the person in command. And the only reason we didn't want to do that because of all the upkeep that's required. This is exactly the problem we were trying to prevent. However, because so many people assume that that's how that works, we're trying it. This is the first game where we're actually doing that.
So
I'm moving. Go ahead.
Clear, because the cameras are off, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, cameras are off and the jammers are off.
Right. So the contingency protocol is.
Oh yeah, can't activate. Yeah, right.
So,
but they were off when the counselor was killed.
So why does
They were
command?
off when
All right, so
commander was
so
killed.
the command, the contingency protocol, and who currently has command are two different things.
Okay, good.
So
Yeah.
normally, command goes to whoever has the lowest number.
Yeah.
You can activate contingency protocol to give command to somebody else. Like the commander, the person in command could, willingly give command to somebody else.
Oh, okay, that's how it works. Okay. But by what default line does it just move back to the counselor who was dead just a little bit before?
So this only happens if cameras are off, and that's a good question. And I don't know the answer of if somebody, if the person in command gives command to somebody else, and that person dies, who does command go to? And the answer is I don't know. This is it's something to note, and I will ask. I'll discuss it with Matt.
And also, of course, things like, I mean, if this is kind of an automatic snap action that this one just goes to the counselor because they're alive now, how would that work if they had willingly given up command?
They didn't willingly give it up. They were murdered.
I know. But what if? I mean, I'm just a little bit confused.
All right, I got it all, Samuel. I got it. I'm writing it down. Those are all valid points.
Perfect. But I'm happy to play that the counselor is in command right now. That's not the problem.
I don't think it's going to make a big difference.
Well, you never know.
That is true. I'm near the bridge, so.
Famous last words,
Yeah, that's fair.
Where's the inspector right now?
Just
Dead. EVA. No, a live EVA. Look at that.
EVA with a helmet and nanomeds.
Oh yeah, look at that.
The inspector. The inspector of nanomeds. Got that one there. So bribe lets me do one. Bribe is almost like a free, like a compromat, but costs me 1 point at the end of the game, right?
It's a wild compromat, and in fact, it used to be called wild compromat.
Can you bribe revealed characters?
Yes,
but you're giving them a point. You're giving them a point. Yeah.
Yep.
I have like a plan, but I feel it's gonna backfire immediately. So I'm scared of doing it.
Do it anyway.
Nope. Oh god, I feel I shouldn't do this. I'm resting.
Okay.
That's a radical plan.
That was not my plan originally.
Now I'm frightened. He's resting.
Get ready for the storm. Oh,
yeah, I mean, you do have an awful amount of cubes over there.
I do.
Oh, I cannot.
But you also know what my character is.
That's true.
Which was really tough because I was looking at all the amount of cubes that we had, and there was nobody that shared 3. So I can only push up to 4, so that I didn't lose too many victory points, which was really difficult.
The telepathic, yeah. So the security bot is pretty strong. I mean, they have a gun.
Mm-hmm.
The billionaire has 3 as well.
No, but I mean in this game, like in our game right now.
In this game, I agree. Yeah.
So I was really tough because I would be ousted myself very early if I didn't play around with the 4s and 3s.
So you mentioned before how, or you asked before about like the victory conditions. one way to balance the characters is with the cubes. So if a character has a pretty strong ability, they have a lower cube limit.
Mm-hmm. By the way, when do I know? So how close are we to Stationfall? Did this move? I assume that this move's 1 now, right?
It'll
Or-
move after.
It's gonna move. It's gonna move when it comes back to Samuel, and Stationfall is gonna happen either here or here. This right here.
Sorry, wait.
Is,
Who? Oh, the troubleshooter took the helmet. Okay.
So this right here means that there's a 33% chance that this is going to be another turn. There's a 66% chance that the game ends on this turn.
Got it.
So one in three of the chits says Stationfall, or says orbital decay, and you move on.
Got it.
And 2 and 3 say Stationfall, and that's the end of the game.
All right, I'm going to activate the inspector, who is going to, from EVA, come into the tube. Second action, move into the bridge. And then I'm going to bribe the inspector.
You can pick up from Matt already as a free action, right?
Right, so he's going to take both, yeah.
Okay.
No, I'm triggering self-destruct.
Excellent, but why not?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Whoa, no, that's not how that works.
That's not how that works?
No, you put your own time. You put a time disc. So this is you, and you're gonna leave it where it is.
Yeah, I was at 7.
Is that where it was?
It was at 7.
Yeah, it was 7.
I think it was
Okay,
6.
so you're gonna take your time disc and you're gonna put it 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So at the end of Blue's turn here, the station is gonna self-destruct.
So,
and you trigger abandoned ship.
Well, in that case,
abandoned ship has now been triggered.
Oh, I was now.
Yeah, you were thinking that you would speed up the time of the game.
Yeah,
by 5.
no, I think I might want to just bypass instead. Trigger abandoned ship and release Project X.
Oh yeah, let's do it. Chaos. Oh no,
Yeah.
I'm super close to the to the
Project
Project
X.
No.
Yeah, I'm doing bypass instead of self-destruct.
Okay, so we flip over Project X.
So, Adam, here's the let me explain how this works, because people are confused, and I need to explain this. So, the self-destruct, what that does is you are arming the antimatter. So essentially, this turns this way. The antimatter is armed. So in 5 turns, the antimatter is going to blow up. The antimatter could either blow up on the station, or if it's flushed out to EVA, it blows up in EVA, or if it's in a pod, it blows up in a pod. If it blows up in the station, the game is over. If it blows up in a pod, the pod is destroyed, including everyone in it. If it blows up in space, it kills anyone that's in space and damages all the pods in EVA port. So you could activate self-destruct, and if somebody just flushes the antimatter, the game keeps going. So that is how that works.
Yeah,
But instead, you're releasing Project X.
Yeah, that would have been if this had been earlier in the game, I would stick with with the antimatter, but instead I'm going to release Project X.
Okay, so why don't you flip Project X, because that is, once you've done it, that is irrevocable. We all know what it is. Oh.
Yeah, it's nice. You can actually go and survive. Actually, everybody who had the troubleshooter could have looked up.
Yep. So the reactor is damaged. Does that do something?
Yes.
Yes. So essentially, what happened here is that all of the space station's energy was used to create the stasis field generator, which the reactor gets overloaded or whatever. So in this case, it's the equivalent of damaging the reactor, in that now there is gas here, there is gas here, and there is gas here. And if anyone was in any of these sections without a helmet, they would die. And because the reactor is now damaged, you are going to move from full power to backup power, and in backup power, you cannot turn on the cameras or the jammers.
Okay.
Poor exile.
Understood.
If you were
question,
to
Andy.
damage,
I just going to quickly ask, when the exile steps into the room, is that at the end or at the beginning of their turn that they would die immediately in a gas chamber?
they die immediately when they enter. However, you can't suicide a character. So, if they literally cannot walk into a room with a hazard and just die. If they were already in there, then they would die. But like you can't cause a character to just willingly kill themselves in this version of the game. And
So
this,
did we just block off the exile? The exile is completely blocked off, isn't he?
Yeah.
Yes.
yes, that is correct.
He can
Oh, no,
repair medical, send him for a helmet, and bring it
Ooh,
back.
Yeah,
that's
yeah.
hilarious.
That's a-
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So anyone who doesn't currently have a helmet cannot make it to any of the pods at the bottom. But there is still the.
I mean, there is a helmet right here.
Or the
and
medic
the
pod.
medical bot,
which
the
is
medical
not
bot
very
can be
helpful.
revived.
Yeah.
Where is there a helmet?
But anyone with system action
So
can
it's-
remove gas.
So the exile
so
could
fire- so-
revive the medical bot. The medical bot could pick up
Okay.
the helmet. The helmet could be brought to the exile. Yeah.
That's insane.
Let me speak because but Peter has a point. The fire suppression is a system action, and
Yep.
you can do the fire suppression action to remove gas from a section.
So I have just one question because it's not entirely clear to me how the gas exactly spread.
How
The
is it-
reactor blew up.
This
So the
ability,
reactor was damaged,
How does it
and when
work?
the reactor is okay, let me. So when the reactor was damaged, when the
Yeah.
reactor is damaged, you put gas in all adjacent sections.
Okay, that's how it works. Okay.
and this ability is from the engineer only.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
interestingly,
I get
if
it.
the Metabot is revived, it can go into the back airlocks, get rid of the gas in just that one section, and then the Exile is the only one who has clear access to get to the pods. If
Yes.
you don't have a helmet.
But medical do not
See?
kill the gas.
No, he meant that you have to do fire suppression in this section. That's what he said.
Yeah.
You have to do fire
Yeah, the
suppression. in
Exile
this
could
section.
revive the medical bot, then the medical bot could move into the section and do the fire suppression, and then the Exile can move into one of the pods.
No,
Mhm.
How is that a no?
fire suppression
So,
is
as
system
a
action,
system-
and
as a
system
system
action can be
action-
done from
So-
here on someone with command.
yes.
Oh, gotcha.
It's the other really convoluted thing. You have to revive the bot, go in, grab the helmet, come back, give it to the guy, and then you can leave.
Yeah. All right.
Or
Or you
just
could
suborn someone that can do a system action.
Oh, that's true. Yeah.
Just wait. Everything will be fine.
So, for example, the stowaway can do a system action.
Mm.
From space.
Yeah, they're still alive, so
Yep.
Mhm.
totally doable.
Or another, or you can,
Oh, wait.
you can repair medical bot, give him weapon, kill exile, drag that exile to pod, revive him, and go away.
Oh, that's a really complicated, but also makes sense.
There are a lot of creative solutions in this game. That's part of the. That's
I like
part
that.
of
That's cool.
Stationfall. It's figuring out, and we're gonna have like problem sets. We're gonna have like chess problems where you have a certain scenario and you're trying to figure out, how to
Okay.
do things. In a certain number of
Stowaway
steps.
is moving there.
Wait, wouldn't the Stowaway... Oh, the Stowaway has a helmet. Oh, nice.
No problem.
Sorry, what
Interesting.
happened?
Stowaway went in and tunnel ratted
Okay,
through.
got it.
Mm-hmm. Interesting.
I'm gonna activate the boarder, who is gonna very nicely give their helmet to the counselor. And who will then
You've really declawed the border there. The counselor has, talked the border down from his Mister's
Exactly.
ways.
Actually, who is then? Let's see. Yeah, no, is then going to give their nanomeds to the counselor too. Counselor needs more stuff.
You've
Man, the
done
security
me
bot really
dirty.
needs to go take out that counselor again.
Well, the security bot, just senses that there's somebody that has become a threat now.
They're in command. Come on, man.
Oh wait,
Maybe
I
needs to
do
be
have a solution
neutralized.
for this. It's a little bit counterintuitive, but it should work. I do have to place a cube on my security bot either way, right?
No.
No.
No, I don't. Perfect.
Once you reveal, you no longer have to suborn because they're not a conspirator, they're you.
Yeah.
Hey, counselor, here's a bribe. Moving, bribing, and shooting.
Nothing I can do.
Yep, works.
Nothing I can do.
He can refuse bribe from you.
Oh, I can refuse a bribe.
Yes.
Yes.
What?
You become guilty. You just become guilty, suspect. That's the only thing.
No. So stop. Bribes are not compromise.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, you're right.
You can offer somebody a bribe. They can refuse it. If they refuse it, they're refusing a point. Compromat is different. If you reveal compromat, they can refuse it, but they become a suspect. Two different things. So
I refuse the bribe.
God damn it! That changes everything.
But you can do that before you activate, right? So you could not activate if you want to do something else.
Yes.
I would assume.
Like he can't bribe he could have bribed the robot before he revealed, but he's revealed, so he can no longer bribe himself.
Can't bribe yourself, yeah. But yeah, okay, yeah. I actually asked you that in chat, Andy, but it didn't matter.
Oh, I haven't been paying attention to it. My apologies. Let me know if I haven't answered. Let me know if I need to check something.
Like the problem that I know I have right now is the following, because if I move in here and wait for the counselor, where's the counselor right now?
Yeah,
the
counselor could kill you.
Exactly.
100% the counselor could kill you.
And they are planning. So right now we are at a stalemate, just trying to see who's the crazy one to move in there first, so that we can kill each other.
Yeah, it's a Mexican. It's absolutely a Mexican standoff. You are correct.
Beautiful.
But I will point out that the security bot has way more points because the security bot has the artifact, which is what I want, and I'm unlikely to get it. So.
Yeah, but you're planning on running away soon.
Sure, but if I run away without the artifact, I get not many points.
2 if survive.
Whereas you've got 8 billion points because everyone's dead.
Not people with weapons, unfortunately.
Well, you know.
You can't win them all.
So go run away and plant evidence.
I am actually going to do something similar. So, troubleshooter, you're coming over to me.
A reminder, by the way. Wait 1 second. A reminder that you can manufacture weapons here. The security bot cannot because they're not in the chain of command.
Right.
But other people in the chain of command or acting as if they have command can manufacture guns or weapons here.
Okay.
So
the troubleshooter being one of those. The troubleshooter can actually manufacture weapons.
Not for long.
Nope, because troubleshooter.
And there is also a weapon right here that hasn't been touched.
We get it. Let's let him take his turn.
And then I'm going to move down here because I don't care about poisonous gases.
Correct.
And that's it for my turn.
Okay, I will negotiate.
Oh, wow. Okay. Oh, cancel it. It's dead.
I'm just going to...
And I am looking in the
Activate the
rules, and
inspector
it
again.
says you return disc always when
Pick up a
renegotiating.
compromat for
I thought
free.
disc return was optional.
When you renegotiate, returning your disc is optional.
Pick up the other compromat as my single action.
Oh no, dude!
But
That's
it
so
is-
many
it
points.
is not in the rules. It says.
And that is how that works, Peter. It's here.
Oh.
And also antimatter in the EVA damage airlogs, but not the pots.
I don't like
Wow.
this big robot that just moved into my room. What can
Oh
I
yes,
do, man?
dude. ETSD just made so many points. Good for you, man. Oh
So compromat is not points at the end of the game.
no, but it is for the inspector, the exile.
It is for the exile. If you think that he's the exile, then yes.
Yep, I'm pretty sure.
Okay.
Well, I don't know. I don't know. I just have a feeling.
Yeah, I'm not saying that you're wrong.
Oh no, wait. Who's the person that moved the exile here? Is it?
Also, it's a little more complicated than that. The exile gets points for people with surviving compromat. So if you have compromat for a surviving character,
Oh, that's
right now, no one has survived.
I'm running for it.
Oh, darn you, counselor! Darn you! Yeah. So let's see. Who is? Yep. I'm moving into the exiles room.
So a reminder that like that there's an EVA port here and there's an EVA port here. So you could go into EVA and then immediately next action go over here.
Oh, I didn't even think of that. That's so exciting. I love it. Cool. Thank you for that tidbit, Andy. That's actually awesome.
No.
I got to look in the rules now.
I
Oh, that's crazy.
activate
That's
the
basically like there's no
inspector.
escape. That's funny.
I'm gonna hit the bathroom real quick.
I move here.
Wow, there's so many cubes on the inspector, my lord.
And I use compromat on the inspector
Mm.
to jag the gun.
Oh. Oh lord.
I'm going to activate the exile, who is going to repair the medical bot. And
You can kill him.
then he can't do it. Well, he can move to the rear array.
Help! Help!
I'll let the robots duke it out. Just...
So where are my conspirators? Who are my conspirators? Oh, I'm still the exile. I could do something with the exile.
Stowaway. The stowaway is your only. The stowaway and the exile are your left.
Yeah. Well, the inspector, but
The inspector also.
where is the
Yes.
inspector? Oh, the inspector is up there. Yeah.
Dude, you have 8 cubes out. Who are
Sure.
you? So many points.
Probably the stowaway, because he gets those back.
Oh,
That
does it?
is
Oh.
possible.
Oh, no wonder he's been so loosey goosey with the cube.
Why does he get them back?
When you reveal,
Oh,
if
those
you're
3 cubes.
the
Yeah,
person-
sure. Yeah.
Four.
Oh, interesting.
But let
That's
me
still
see.
a lot.
I could do stuff with his inspector, which is fun.
You
Like,
can kill the counselor.
Yeah, like kill the counselor. I mean,
Sure,
does it make-
because that helps the person who's winning and hurts the
No,
person.
it doesn't make much sense. But I could. I mean, counselor, do you need a gun?
Well, sure.
Yeah, I'm gonna give you a gun.
No.
What is even happening?
I don't know.
Well, my challenge is
It looks like the right thing to do, so I did it.
there is. I don't even have a reason
So
to shoot the inspector.
He's
because-
activated the inspector.
Yeah.
Yeah, he activated the inspector, and the inspector, very politely gave the counselor the gun.
Oh no,
This is
I mean
not
like
gonna be
in
the
general.
order.
Like I know what happened. I mean more like what is even happening?
Oh yeah.
The inspector's got a lot of bribes on him too, so that's
Yeah.
pretty good for if somebody is actually the inspector, then those bribes score double.
They have to be, right? If they have the loot. Oh, interesting. Hmm.
I'm gonna
I
go.
found
I'm
this
gonna
gun
activate.
on the ground. It's yours. Take it.
Oh, and they scored double for bribe counters. Fascinating.
I'm going to hold on one sec.
Which is especially interesting because the way that we intended that to work is that the inspector is asking people to bribe them, but I think that just happened naturally where they just started bribing the inspector.
The inspector is really super popular.
He is. So I activate the counselor, go into EVA, but I put some cubes. I suborn the inspector.
Oh, you can do that separately? Oh my gosh.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh,
Suborn and activate are two separate actions, or two separate phases in your.
what? Really? Oh my god, I had no idea. Let's see. I am. Yeah, I think I will do that. I'm going to rest and take a cube back. Done.
You definitely have cubes to work with.
Mm-hmm. My limit is so low, though. Okay, so we're 3 rounds away from Stationfall. Is that right?
Looks like.
You are 3 rounds before you see if there's one more round.
Mm-hmm. Do we know beforehand?
No.
Okay, so it just either happens the 66% or it doesn't.
So there are 4 chits. One of them has one more turn, and the other one says Stationfall.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Sorry, there are 3 chits. One of them says Stationfall, and one of them says, or 2 of them say Stationfall, and one of them says one more turn. So 1 out of 3 times, you're going to get another turn.
Oh my god. Things are getting spicy.
Okay, I will. Player character probably cannot also do suicide.
No one can suicide themselves in this game.
Not even if they want to.
So I will.
I mean, there's situations where you can, for example, you can release Project X, and that may kill you.
Yeah, I know.
But that's not the situation that we're in.
Right, but you couldn't push a button that puts gas in
Also,
your
the operative traps. You can you can lay a trap and run into the trap and die. It specifically says that you can actually. The traps do not make anyone a suspect and ignore self-preservation, which means that you could kill somebody that way.
Sure, because they don't know it's a trap, and you forgot.
Yes.
Oh, that's the dummy. Oh, damn it.
Okay, I will reveal as a cyborg.
I thought as much.
And I use my first action to
interesting.
revive.
That's not what I thought.
No, what are you
That's not what I
doing?
thought either.
I pick.
Because he wasn't killing just Chain of Command. He was killing.
Yeah, he was killing
pretty
everybody.
indiscriminate.
Yeah, that was probably to sow confusion.
I pick up the weapon and I move
Where are?
here with the.
Are you revealing your card too, Peter?
Yes.
Oh yeah, I didn't reveal my card. Sorry. Oh, you rotate
Curiously,
yours.
there are 3 people in the suspect spot, and no one has tried to send the evidence to the authorities yet.
Well, it's tricky,
There is
right?
somebody in the forward array,
Right, but to get the you have to have the evidence, right?
right? There was a monkey right there for a while.
Yep.
Yeah, well,
So
but yes, that is the trick. Is that
Yes, do whatever
there
I
was this
can.
crazy security bot down there.
No, everything is going to shit.
the
No.
tube is back.
Ah,
And the first heal for the medical.
should have killed the friggin' robot again.
the medbot, 3 turns from the end of the game, has healed
Oh.
his first person.
Peter, you activated the cyborg, right?
Yes.
Stowaway manufactures evidence.
Yeah, that's
That's
um.
something is happening.
Oh, by the way, you guys guessed it, so I'll just reveal as the stowaway. I can give somebody a helmet, I guess.
Okay, let us know if you want to do that.
Or there's different things you can either, upon reveal, you can give us the stowaway and one of your conspirators a helmet or nanomeds.
Right. So I could give nanomeds to the inspector or a helmet. I mean, the stowaway already has a helmet. Well, it can't hurt.
Stowaway. Where's the stowaway? There.
Yeah.
To one of your the inspector's not one of your conspirators, right?
No, that's true. The
no,
exile would
no,
be the only
yes,
one. I could give a helmet to the exile. What a nice idea!
You could get a helmet or nanomeds to the exile. Yes.
You know what? I'm gonna give a helmet to the exile.
Okay. I activate the counselor who says I'm out of here.
I'm moving in here and killing the exile.
It's been too long since nobody died.
No, darn it! Ah, you all escaped, darn counselor. Okay. Oh, yeah, everyone's reviving everyone.
This is the third of 3 games where the counselor has done very well. So I've already noted in the previous game that the counselor has to be revisited.
Well, I mean, I survived. I don't know that I'm going to do very well because.
Well, you got 8 points.
How did I get 8
on
points?
top of whatever. So you survived. Do you have the artifact?
Nope.
No.
No.
I have the loot.
Sorry.
Yeah,
I thought this was.
Yeah, no. The
Never
security
mind.
bot got the
I
artifact.
thought you had the artifact.
No, if I had the artifact, I'd be all. If they had the artifact, they should have shot me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I thought that was I was underneath this other thing, so I thought that was the artifact. So yeah,
No,
you only
no.
have 2 points so far. Yeah.
Yeah, which is crap. So.
Also, I have a question. This doesn't to me doesn't make sense. If I'm on board with the artifact is on board.
Correct.
Because it's on my person, right? So that
Yes.
I can just so I am reading that correctly. I don't have to throw it into the station for it to count for me.
No.
Oh, okay, cool.
Just don't be in EVA or in a pod.
Got it.
Okay. So, I think you had your turn, right? So.
Oh, I'm so sorry. Yes, I did.
I will renegade on the inspector.
I'm going to reveal the compromat of the Astro Chimp, making them move 1 space.
Oh God.
I'm going to activate the Astro Chimp, moving 1 and 2 into Vault X.
Oh,
Yeah.
you person. Well played. No one
And
can
then I
touch
might
you
as
now.
well go ahead and
Reveal
reveal
it.
That's the
I
X.
am the Astro Chimp.
So
Get
that's
on my
Just so you
phone.
know, if you revealed as the astrocheck first,
Yeah,
you
wouldn't come from
would have
that.
had some. If you had
Yeah.
revealed as the astrocheck first, you would have gotten at least one free movement.
yeah, but it's not relevant
No,
movement because he's got to move
you
2
will
to
not
the.
get free movement.
Mhm,
So
mhm.
revealing technically happens at the start of your turn, right?
It does,
Yes.
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 All right, well then I'll put those
And
cues back. And I'll
also,
reveal
our
at the
character
beginning of the minute.
reveals at the end of the game.
Yeah, well,
Yeah,
it
yeah.
doesn't matter.
Oh, I get them back at the end no matter what?
You
I
get
thought I
yeah.
had to reveal to get them back.
I mean,
You reveal if you have not revealed. You revealed if you do not reveal. You reveal at station.
Okay, well played. So that's 3 secured victory points for you.
Yeah, that's all I can get, but boo.
Right, because you will not. Yeah, you will not get the other 6 no matter what.
Yeah, nope.
I mean, you can manufacture a gun.
No, but he can't have it because he's in stasis, and no one can give it to him.
Yep.
okay, so I'm just moving 1, and that's it.
Sorry, who'd you move?
I moved my my stowaway.
Okay. And you have evidence, right?
I
Yes.
do.
And he has both the secret data and now has the evidence.
Absolutely.
Oh, right. You just want it for your own nefarious purposes.
Yeah.
Oh my god, he's about to run away. Ah!
Maybe.
So this actually presents a good question that I'm going to note. If you have evidence and you are a suspect, does sending the evidence
Yes, you can redeem
make
self,
you-
but not make other guilty if you survive.
doesn't so if you have the evidence and you're a suspect, you don't make yourself guilty, but
No.
you do make other players guilty.
No.
Yep.
No.
Oh, okay.
No, you do
Yeah.
not.
No. That's I know what you're thinking, Peter, and that's not what I'm asking. So if you are, and I'm going to clarify this for everyone else. If you have the evidence and you send it in the array, you can make everyone except you guilty. If you have the evidence at the end during Stationfall and you decide to send it to the authorities, you can only use that to redeem yourself, not to make other people be guilty. Got it?
Oh, okay. So it's either or.
Yeah. So
I don't know,
the basic idea is you cannot make somebody be guilty without allowing them to clear their name. So at the end of the game, you can't
Specifically-
make somebody be guilty.
Yeah, so specifically at Stationfall.
Yes.
Yeah, I guess. Yeah, okay.
So it's we're talking about a kind of balanced week kind of thing, right?
Yes. You cannot cause
Okay,
guilt.
my turn was done, so
That
it's
is
Jeff
the
now.
basic idea.
Yep. The inspector is going EVA to the OSHA pod.
Right.
No.
Oh my god, you're gonna make so many points if you escape. What about my cyborg test subject, which you are worth so many points for me? Oh, chain of command that is down at Stationfall. Oh my god, that's so many. We got 1, 2. Oh no, just 2. Oh, 3.
Yeah, I mean, I'm gonna get some points, but I think there are people who are making way more than me.
Well, you also have for each that is a playable character, so you may have more. So you may already have 5 points. If no biosamples escape, I think. Yep. So you still
There
have.
are no biosamples. No,
Oh.
there are no biosamples in this game so far. No one has manufactured a biosample.
Oh, what a waste of a turn! Oh, and I can't. Oh no, I can't suborn them anymore. God damn it. Okay. that's also another problem because then my I don't know what to do. I really don't know. Where's my medical bot? There. Okay. I guess that's gonna have to be it. I'm going to suborn the medical bot. I'm gonna suborn with 3.
You can only use one.
I can only
The
use
medical
one.
bot can only have one. Yeah, on the medical bot specifically, you can only put one suborn cube.
Oh, okay. So I will then do that here.
They're super helpful.
1, 2.
And that second move is free because you're moving into a space with a down character.
Right?
Oh.
Space with a down human.
Human, yeah, sorry, excuse me.
Oh no, then both moves were free.
You get. I think it's once per turn.
No.
Oh no, maybe not.
Maybe, so
No,
medical.
Yeah.
Maybe. So when they moved into here, yeah, actually, because when they moved into here, that was a free action. So yes.
So you could revive them both.
Both.
Okay, so that's a beautiful abuse of rules that you can think of.
Oh, wait a minute. That actually changes things a little bit.
Use of rules is the best use of rules.
Yes, absolutely. But it's a little
This
bit.
game
It's just a.
is specifically designed to to do exactly that. Like
Yeah,
I also
finding
love the
evidence
idea
on
that,
people. Killing
This game
people
started
to
with
provide
someone
them.
taking out the medical bot, and then we just had death, 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 and then right at the end, it's like a revival spree.
Yeah,
Okay,
that's
okay.
Sometimes
Okay,
happen.
let me know if this is true. Let me know if I can do this. Bot moves here for free, steals weapon, kills cyborg test subject.
Wait, you can't
No,
jack unless
no.
you can attack.
Aww.
Yeah, can't jack. Nice try though.
Aww.
If the test subject had a weapon, you could take it from the test subject, but not from the test subject, from the troubleshooter. But
They did at some point.
yeah, but not anymore.
You can
Yeah.
revive where it
Or-
twice.
Revive the troubleshooter. I don't know if that does something. No.
No.
Well, No, what we want to do is revive people with chain of command. So, for example, you could revive the commander.
Troubleshooter has chain of command.
Oh, do they? Oh, well, yeah, there you go. So,
Okay,
I don't know
so you
why
know what?
he
Let-
cares about reviving people in the chain of command. That's not what Jan cares about.
no,
Yeah,
he
correct.
cares about downing people. So,
Yes.
Okay, what about the stowaway? The stowaway can't survive outside of space without a helmet, right?
that is
Mhm.
correct.
Can I jack the helmet and then leave?
No.
If you can attack somebody, you can jack them.
But
And
the
I can
medical
only
bot,
attack if I have a weapon.
right?
Correct.
Yeah.
Ah.
Also, you need to be there.
You'd have to move there. Yeah, so it'd be 3 actions to do that. So, also not also.
Yes! Okay, I can do it. So, check this out. Moves for free. Steals from him.
Steals what from whom?
The
From the
weapon from the
stranger.
stranger picks up the
Moves
weapon.
for free. Oh,
No.
and then moves in there. Ah! Ah!
No, can't get
Darn
to the
you,
stowaway.
stowaway.
Yeah,
A weapon is not good enough because the stowaway has a helmet.
right.
Also, the medic bot can't move through vents.
Yes, we just yes.
Oh,
the-
okay.
things that don't-
Yeah.
How many weapons can one character have? As many as they want?
As many as they want.
You can have there's an unlimited amount of items you can have.
Steals from the exile.
2 weapons. 2 weapons for the medic bot.
That's interesting that you just
But
you don't revive them,
but you are
there's just a
messing
chain of
with your
down characters.
oven goals, because if you get the weapons from the characters, they do not count for your goal.
Mhm.
Yep. Yeah, that's true. You don't want that.
Well, but maybe you
I'm-
want to
I'm-
plant them elsewhere.
Well,
Yeah,
I'm just trying to think of something. You might be right.
That's a fair point, though. Yeah, yeah, like 1 if you need it, but 2 is just taking points away from yourself.
Yes, you
So the
you get points
rearray-
for stranger and exile right now because they have weapons and they are downed.
So copy data off an offsite. What does that mean? I'm just trying to see what I can do for my last action right now.
Well, maybe
So
not.
what are your what are you particularly? Copy data is copying data, so you can give a copy of the data to somebody in the same room.
Like if
You
you
can also,
And the jammers are off, so you can.
and you can. So if the jammers are on, you can still copy data and give it to somebody in the same room. If the jammers are off, you can zap the data to anywhere in the station.
But it's too
Got
late
it.
to get some data.
Okay. Yep. Let's leave him there, and then can I just pass on my action?
Sure, why not?
Yeah. Wait. Do nothing. Return your activation.
So what you could do, I mean, if you wanted, I don't know that Samuel would do this, but so Samuel has evidence. You could. Do you still have your? No, you don't have your bribe. Never mind. But just so you know, for theoretical reasons, you could bribe Samuel to zap the evidence to the security bot, and then have the security bot send the evidence using the rear array. And as Samuel already has the evidence, he can clear his name, but he would want other people to be guilty. So he would probably accept that bribe. He doesn't have. You don't have a bribe, so you can't do it. But that is, one thing you could do that would help both you and Samuel.
Yeah.
I already passed my turn, guys. Sorry for that.
Okay.
That would basically hurt Peter because Peter doesn't have the evidence, and both you and Samuel do have the evidence. So both of you could redeem yourselves, and Peter would not be able to redeem himself.
But I do not care.
Cyborg may win even if guilty.
so he's immune to being suspect. Interesting. Okay.
Which is why he was okay with being a suspect first turn.
Myself,
Right.
And I manufacture the firebomb.
Hey,
You're gonna put fire on stuff.
you need to put some fire somewhere. Yeah, true.
But a little fire.
Maybe
Scarecrow.
I can bribe someone to send evidence. To make... No, I will not.
Alright.
It would have been so cool if I could have gone and taken that tool from the robot and then killed the robot with the same tool. So close.
We are considering a character that is the weapons expert, or the war profiteer.
Oh yeah.
And that character would you could, as an action, get a gun from that character. So it's another way to manufacture a gun, and then they would get a point every time they, essentially sold the gun to somebody. And there was a discussion over whether you should be able to shoot the person that you just bought the gun from, in a very Fifth Element kind of way.
I love it.
But yeah.
No, I like your fast draw idea. I think that makes more sense.
Yeah.
And is interesting, right? It's an interesting
Yeah.
gun trumping maneuver, which that changes up the game a bit.
So yeah, it's do we want it to be more Han Solo or more Fifth
Right.
Element? And
yeah.
I think for balance reasons, I think it's probably we should go with the Han Solo and the quick draw.
Yeah. Like it would be interesting to be able to walk into the room with the security bot and be like, yeah, go ahead, open fire, go for it.
Not a lot.
So compromat at end of game is not worth any points, correct?
Correct.
Except for
Unless you're the exile.
By default, yeah.
Yes.
They also have to be alive, which is really tricky in this particular game.
Yeah. Well, it's getting better.
Well, compromat isn't worth much if the person is dead. Like you can't compromise somebody. You can't blackmail a dead person.
Yep.
I think the best thing I can do is just rest and take a cube back. I will do that.
Okay.
And then we move the turn tracker to the 1,
Abandon ship. Abandon ship.
except
I
that
will
was already
go
triggered.
right away. Yes, absolutely, no problem. So, okay, I'm going EVA,
So
assuming that nobody is the border. But
Seems like a fairly safe bet.
it seems like a very
seeing
safe
as
bet, but you
how
can never
there is only
assume.
one person, there is only one person that has not revealed, and if that person is the border, then they
Then
played a very
this is-
remarkable game.
It would be, huh? Yeah, exactly. So I'm kind of assuming that this is working, so let's hope.
All right.
I mean, the border is alive.
Sure, yeah, absolutely.
They don't have anything. They have a bribe. Well, but yeah.
I mean, usually the border has such a great conspiracy power that they have the tendency, I think, to actually use
I rarely see the border actually reveal early to start throwing missiles at the station. I've only seen Peter. I think is the only person that I know that does
Yes.
that.
And I
Hey,
died next
Hey,
turn.
Mr. Security Bot.
What are you doing?
Is there anywhere you'd like to move to?
Don't touch my robot.
I'm asking you. Is there anywhere you'd like to move to?
No.
You happy where you are?
Yes. Where are you planning?
Nothing. I'm asking you a question. That's all.
I don't like it, Galford.
He may or may not have a security bot compromat that he's wondering if he can leverage. You know,
Galford doesn't have conspirator tokens.
Galfordus has compromat tokens out the wazoo.
Oh, he has them in his hand.
Yes.
Oh, fascinating. Oh, God.
No, I mean, well, because, okay, let's hypothetically say I had security compromat. I use it on you. You're already suspect, so you say I ignore it, and nothing happens, correct?
correct.
So, though, it would only be hypothetically useful if you wanted an extra action.
Yes.
Oh, wait, actually.
Hypothetically, of course.
If survive. If you were to give me a movement, I could kill the stowaway and take away two points from him.
By moving where?
To the machine shop.
And then you...
Oh, no, because going into EVA would also... Okay.
Yeah,
no,
you couldn't get
so
that.
he
Yeah, it
would
doesn't
still be
help.
alive.
All right, never mind. Yeah, I'm checking.
Also, you can't do free actions. You can't do free actions with a compromat or a bribe.
Right, which I learned last game.
But I can bribe security bots to do so.
Sure, but they can refuse the bribe. So I'm going to activate the inspector who's going to punch out in the OSHA ship.
But next turn.
No, they can activate. Well, I mean, sure, but in case Stationfall doesn't happen, right? Yeah, next turn they punch out. Correct. And not relevant. I will choose not to use that. Hold on, I'm just checking something. So many people dead, so little time. That's not useful.
If you launch bot, you can, but you will be launched on your next turn. That may not happen.
Just know that this pod is only going to launch if there is another turn.
Yep.
Well, it doesn't launch automatically like other pods.
No, you need somebody.
So no pods. So
Well, okay.
So you're putting a time disc on this. At the end of your next turn, this will launch.
Oh, okay. Well, rule learned. Then I'll just deal with it.
Okay. First action.
The only way that you can launch on the same turn is if somebody launches you either from an adjacent section or if somebody's in the bridge and activates it in the chip.
But at the end of my I guess I misunderstood the timing rules. That's fine.
So first action, killing robot. Second action, moving here.
Okay, I throw the bomb to make the fire.
All right. So the way the fire works, just because this is a rule that hasn't been described, in zero gravity, fire does not spread. In gravity, fire is going to spread to adjacent sections every turn.
Oh, Because you get
So,
points for everything that's on fire. Okay, yeah, sure, great, whatever.
So at the end, so theoretically, at the end of Pizin's next turn, the fire would spread to adjacent sections.
And kill me.
If there were any additional turns.
There
And I
are.
manufacture another
There,
weapon.
there may be.
Another
There's a
bomb.
33% chance there would be one more turn.
Another firebomb. Wow. You need to survive? You don't need to survive, huh? Yeah.
I don't care.
Darn. I can't make any more points, I think. I think that's it for me.
Well, probably the game is over, but maybe not. Maybe you have one more
Flip
turn.
it. Somebody flip it.
Well, first,
Are we done?
Not
there's
yet.
one.
Not yet.
There is
Oh, okay.
Adam's
I thought he said he was done. Sorry.
I didn't even say anything.
No,
okay.
exactly.
You
My
can
bad.
get your Q backs for the tiebreaker.
Trying to see if there's anything I can do.
Yeah, taking cube backs is always a good idea.
So what is that tiebreaker?
So if people are tied, the tiebreaker is whoever has the least amount of cubes in the betrayal box, and the second tiebreaker is the person that has the least amount of, most amount of cubes in their own person, in their unused.
Yeah, I don't think I'm.
So taking back cubes.
Very good
can help
with
you
his
feel
betrayal
like you
box.
may have.
What? Just two? Horrible. Oh my god, all that work, and I only have 3 freaking points.
Well, that is very much Stationfall, I have to say.
Yeah, I'll just rest and take a cube back. There's really nothing I can
All
do.
right, so
Yay.
reveal it's Stationfall, and
Yay.
that's the game.
That's
All right,
great.
so let's do scoring. So
No,
Samuel,
first do
you
revealing
are
and sending evidence. These stuff.
I've done quite well.
Does anyone have data and has escaped? No one's a boarder, right? So that means that
Exactly.
the
So
only person
Stowaway
that
has
escaped was the counselor.
And I have
The
no data.
inspector has not.
Chimp is fine.
So,
Astro Chimp is
so the
fine.
counselor doesn't have any evidence.
Oh,
so
the
that's fine.
Astro Chimp escaped.
The Astro Chimp did escape, yes. But none of them have evidence with it, or none of them have data, so it doesn't matter. Or for what I'm looking at. Okay, so going to Samuel first. Samuel's a stowaway.
Yep.
And Samuel
I
has
met all my goals.
So
Oh my god.
Samuel can send
so you got
evidence.
0. So you got 0 points for a stowaway. Your operative did die, right?
Wait a minute.
I'm
Why
looking
do
at.
I get 0 points? I survived.
Oh, I thought you said you missed all your.
No, I made them all. I survived.
All right,
I
so
have,
the stowaway did
Oh,
not
right.
survive.
data.
No,
I have-
rescued by the rescue ship.
No.
The character has survived
right,
with the
sorry.
evidence. So that's 9 points. The operative is down, so it's 11 points. I did
Oh
lose
my
my.
god. Oh wow. Okay, well that
Okay,
didn't
so
go
yeah,
up my point.
so you survived. You got the data. If you possess the evidence, and no character survives
else
with the
has
evidence, so yes. So you have 9 points from that. The operative is dead, so that's 11, and you do not have your bribe, so you have 11
Yep.
points.
11 points.
Oh my god.
Wow, it's ridiculous.
Jesus. Jesus.
All right, so then we go to Jeff.
I have 2 points. I survived. Done.
So Jeff survives. He does not have the artifact. So that's, and he did not meet his victory condition.
Yeah.
The,
If I'd known the
troubleshooter
rule,
did
they
not
might have
survive.
survived. Yeah, but yeah, 2 points.
Yeah.
So whatever.
That is 2 points for Jeff. We go
I got
to
4.
Jan. Jan got. So let me look at the just to go through it. So 2 per downed fugitive alien or monster, and you've downed. Who is down that has weapons?
2 people. The robot and the exile.
So that is 4 points.
No,
And then
1
one.
point, right?
Sorry.
it's
So
two
one of
points.
the no fugitives. So no fugitives are down.
Mhm.
Okay. So you got
2 points.
1 point for each of those, and your bonus is the medical bot needed to be downed, and they are
Mhm.
downed.
And I have the artifact on
Okay.
board.
And yeah, but and you have the artifact on board. The loot
Did
I got
escape.
the loot. I got the loot.
you got the loot, so that did not work. Okay, so that's 4
That's
for you.
4. Yes.
All right, and then we go
Oh.
to Peter. Peter is the test subject. So one for each character in the chain of command that is down at Stationfall.
That
That's
should
all
be-
but the counselor, right? So that's 3 points there.
Yes.
Plus 1 for each that is a PC.
No.
There are none. So 2 for if no biosamples escape. So that's another 2 points. And 2 if at least one section is on fire. So that's another 2 points. So that's 4
7.
plus 7. And then you still have your bribe, and the engineer is down. So that's 10 points for Peter.
Oh my god.
Wait,
what?
hold on. 2 characters down. Biosample 4, fire 6, bribe 7, engineer 9.
Is it 2?
No.
I think 3 were down.
I think
Oh.
it's.
There are
I think
So
it's
3 then 10. Okay, then 10. sure.
3. Yeah.
Okay.
All right,
Got it.
and then Adam got 2 points or 3 points for surviving as the Astro Chimp.
points 'cause the
And
commander's down.
the commander is down, so that is another 2 points. So that's 5, and you have your bribe.
Yep.
That's 6 points for the.
I did not have a bribe. I am blue.
Oh, sorry, you did not have a bribe, so that is 5 points. Okay.
I thought it would do
So
much better.
this game ended up obviously more chaotic than intended because just people had characters that wanted death and not a lot of characters that wanted life.
Nobody got
so
the medic.
that can happen.
Yeah, I had 2 non. I had 2 non.
If somebody was the medbot, or if somebody was the commander, or if somebody
Yeah.
was a troubleshooter, there were a lot of chaos characters and not a lot of anti-chaos characters that were actual
Right.
PCs, which can happen. You
Yeah,
know,
and
that's and I don't necessarily have
yeah.
a problem with that.
Oh, I do. I had 2 non-chaos characters and both save and I lose. So it's just like I got dealt my characters, I lose. I don't like that.
Okay, so your main character doesn't care, and you weren't a troubleshooter. You were the counselor, right?
Right, but my counselor wants to survive in an environment where everyone's being shot, and and their bonuses save them. And the troubleshooter wants things to survive, and their bonuses save them. So I have no bonuses for chaos. So I have no option to choose chaos. So by being forced to choose order in a chaos game, I lose.
If you were the troubleshooter in this situation, it would be tough for you. Yes. I don't know that the counselor necessarily is really at fault here.
Well,
because if you had the artifact, you would have had 8.
Oh, sure, absolutely.
Yeah.
But the security bot and the Astro Chimp, who wasn't a character, but who was 2 characters who both wanted the artifact. So the chance of me getting the artifact was low.
I think that was
I think
part
it
of
was
the
the chance of you getting the artifact is as good as anyone else getting the artifact. I feel like the security bot does have a gun, so they are more likely to they are stronger in getting it. But you have a cube limit of 6, and the security bot has a cube limit of 3. So that I feel like that is there's a balance there between it being harder for the security bot to do things as compared to you.
Sure.
I don't disagree that the troubleshooter is tough in this situation, and we've actually addressed the troubleshooter for this reason.
Right.
Because the troubleshooter, I think, is one of the hardest characters to play. But I don't feel like the counselor is a problem. Is basically what I'm getting
Okay.
at.
Well, I guess I'll rephrase it. I did one fun thing in this game. I had one fun power move, and everything else was not fun in this game.
Okay. It's valid feedback that I will note. There isn't a lot that we can do in that situation. I can think it over and discuss it with Matt, but that's just going to be the breaks.
Yep. I mean, I'm just, but that, I mean, that is my feedback, because it was basically as soon as turn one, things got shot. It was me just running away, trying to not get shot.
What I would say, in that situation, what I would say, and it's what's listed here, if you know, if you feel like you can't meet your victory condition, causing chaos for others is like you're saying like you don't want chaos, but yeah, I mean you can just cause chaos for others.
Well, sure, but
that's
others score points on chaos. So if I'm killing people, points. If I'm, so I suppose I could have tried to get and just send evidence out and make people guilty, but my guess is the security bot shows up.
Here's one thing that wasn't done. I mean, the medical bot was not used throughout the entirety of the game. If you were the troubleshooter and you wanted people to be alive, you could have put like a ton of cubes on the medical bot, or actually you couldn't. You could only put one cube on the medical bot.
Right.
But you could have used the medical bot to make sure that people,
right. But early game, there were at least 2 people in that area who wanted people dead. So going to that area was just a death sentence.
So, Jeff, my character won while being dead half of the game.
Oh, yeah.
There are weird things in this game about that. I mean, I saw the same thing happen. I just thought, oh man, there are so many people dying. And what I think is one of the main effects of that is that we had this strange competition over the couple of characters that did live.
Right.
That kind of made the play feel more limited than I'm used to in this game. I would say that.
So, Jeff, more to the point, because Justin had a similar issue with the legal bot last time, was the fact that the legal bot was very limited in what they could do, and the question is, what happens when you have a character that is limited? And the answer is, the answer that I gave then is the same answer I'll give now. It can happen, and you just have to kind of be along for the ride and enjoy the story that's being told. It's not too dissimilar. So the Nemesis review that I posted, kind of said the same thing, that there are some people that can just have a bad time, and that can color their experience. And the point of the first time setup is to try to limit that. Unfortunately, if we put all of these things out there, people, none of the counterinsurgencies get picked and all of the insurgencies get picked, that can be an issue. And I don't know how to, I can think that over, how to balance that, but I don't necessarily want, I don't want to have like, okay, we're absolutely going to pick these 4 characters because then that removes a good part of the game.
Yeah, no, I definitely agree with that. I guess it's just.
But if you have any feedback on that, I'd be happy to hear it. If you want to think it over, I'll definitely think it over.
The other thing is, it also seems like chaos characters often have points per that generally can scale better than. I mean, the troubleshooter I see now has points for each robot that survives, which is good, right? So it can scale.
Yeah,
better.
that was changed for that reason. Yes.
But like the counselor, doesn't, right? So it's like, and basically they're scoring, like the artifact is sort of the crux of their game, and if the artifact doesn't go their way, it doesn't really matter what they do.
Yeah, but my note from the last 2 games was that the counselor was overpowered, because the counselor, it's not terribly difficult to, at least in the games that I've seen, for the artifact to for somebody to get the artifact and escape with it. Remember that. So we actually removed the security bot in the we were going to remove the security bot for Peter and I were discussing this in the curated setup to even make that a little easier, because the problem with the security bot is also, if somebody gets a security bot as a bonus, that bonus is really difficult because they have to, it's difficult to kill the security bot. But I don't. I'll take your feedback to, I'll note your feedback, but I really don't think that the counselor is an issue. I do agree that the troubleshooter, can be an issue if you have a very chaotic game. And that's something that I need to look into, as to like maybe rejigger the setup. I could just remove more chaotic characters from the starting setup, but it's something that I'll noodle on. Okay, cool. Any other feedback from anyone else?
Yeah, so So I'm not sure if this is an apt description, Andy. I haven't played a lot of games that involve the use of other characters, so my only point of comparison is In Too Deep, and then this idea of subterfuge a little bit like as a nemesis. So what the way that I picture this game, and again, I'm not sure if it's accurate, it feels like the Monty Python of like the Monty Python equivalent of Nemesis, because there's like this inherent wackiness to everything that's happening at the same time.
Yeah,
go ahead.
and that's very much so. We don't want to try to. Matt specifically doesn't want to try to sell the wackiness, but we do consider this game to be like, whereas Nemesis is a horror game, this is a dark comedy. This is an absurdist game. So this is Doctor Strangelove is the movie that I often refer to, in that it's funny, but the characters don't think it's funny.
Exactly.
Yeah,
and that's what I was going to say. Like there's
yes,
definitely serious overtones or undertones in everything that's happening. But the way that the characters are kind of like constantly shifting between everybody, and like I go here and kill, then I'm going to revive him, then I'm going to go there, throw a fire, then I'm going to kill this other character. Like there's all that chaos that happens, and obviously that's specific to this game, to like this particular session that we did.
So the reason why I mentioned Doctor Strangelove is because that movie is based on a book called Failsafe, and that book is not a comedy. That book is a drama, is a serious, like, what happens if the bomb gets in the wrong hands. But when Kubrick was adapting that novel, he realized that this has to be played as a dark comedy because of the things that can happen. So this is very much the same way, in that like this isn't intended to be like a comedy. It's just comedic things can happen.
Sure, but let me be clear. I think it suits the game perfectly. Like, I mean, in a really positive light.
Sure.
To me, it's like that Monty Python feel of just like wackiness and things going off and going haywire constantly. I think that's a really big positive. I felt that the strategic elements that you can implement in this game were, as you already kind of stated, or you alluded to at the beginning, are very chess-like. You need to plan 4, 5, 7 moves ahead. But at the same time, because of the nature of everybody having control of all players, that becomes very difficult. So it's a game about adaptability and trying to make the best out of a bad situation, which I also think is really good and fits this genre of game really well. In terms of feedback, I think we kind of went over some of these at the beginning, which is there's a lot of confusing terminology here and there. I'm not a big fan of...
There is no glossary right now, like there was in PAX Viking, but I am going to write just a solid glossary, again, much like in PAX Viking, so that all of that terminology is
So here's my thing about that. The less that players have to memorize, especially when coming into this game to play for the first time, is better, right? So, for example, in terms of a glossary, that means that I have like 10, 15 things that in theory, by the end of the game, I should have memorized. However, I feel it is much better when things are intuitive and you can abstract what something should do and how something should behave naturally.
And that has very much been the goal of this game. Is there anything in here that didn't seem intuitive?
I would say that some of the whole thing with the helmet and the gun, but then the gun not being able to shoot range, and then this thing, and like the way that those characters interacted with each other, depending on the type of items that they held together, to me did not feel intuitive. And the effects of the helmet versus the helmet being outside, but if you're going outside, if you don't have the helmet, you'll die. But if you stay inside and have the helmet, like there's a few rules in there that tie some knots that, at least for a new player or somebody that hasn't come into this yet, feel a little bit more complicated than maybe they need to be. So that would be my comment around that specifically. Obviously, this is all graphic design work that needs to be done and needs to be clarified. But the rooms, structures, and the effects of the rooms were, to me, felt really muddled a little bit. I never really understood what the purpose of each of these rooms were, probably because my character did not need to focus as much on the use of rooms, and hence why I did not search
in
for
the
them.
actual game, and none of this art, 0% of the art in here is going to be in the game, but in the actual game, you're going to have like US mini-size cards that are the rooms, and it's going to have all the information on them.
Sure.
So that you can see more what each room does. But yeah.
Yeah, no, but I guess what I mean is more like the ability of the room itself was like I guess at the end of the day, for me, it wasn't as naturally as I was expecting it, but it didn't detract from the enjoyment of the game. The other elements that I think are still kind of maybe not as clear to me is the concepts of movement, zero gravity, with force gravity, all that type of stuff. It's not that I didn't understand it when we played it after a few times. It was more the concept of how do I achieve that level of understanding in the beginning. Let's see. I'm just trying to go through everything here a little bit. I was just trying to enjoy the game and focus on understanding, and I didn't take notes. I usually take notes whenever I play prototypes of this way. I guess overall, what I would say is that I really liked it. I think this is a type of game, like this is the type of game that, for example, Jesse, this is the type of Nemesis, quote unquote, because it's not really Nemesis. Like Nemesis is much more of a cinematic and kind of like an experience game than an actual game, I would say. This feels like a game because you have so much planning and deceit that has to go into it, which was missing in this genre before. So I really like that. I guess the other area was that the characters are a huge lift at the beginning of understanding all of that. So when you do produce the game, I would 100% give a player aid with each definition of character to every single player, because you also want to keep secret what people are looking at all the time, right? So I'm not sure if you planned that, but just mentioning it, just in case it wasn't in the plans.
We're gonna have these are so right now these cards are they look the same, but we're gonna have hand cards that are gonna have very specific information, and we're gonna have table cards that also have very specific information, and it's different information, and it's information that's more visible, and it's gonna look more like the Nemesis cards, or the TI cards, or any of those where you can see, you can more visibly see things. And we're still trying to figure that out. Like Cole mentioned, making a chapbook that kind of tells you more about every character, and every player has one of those. We haven't decided production-wise how any of that's going to work, but we're discussing that now.
Yeah, no, but I think this is really solid, super fun. Like, I definitely did not understand in my first play, but I think on my second play, I'll definitely be able to do much better. It was honestly my bad that I misread. Like, for some reason, I skipped the word armed. I was like, oh, okay, everyone's dead. I'm going to make so many points. It's like, no.
Yeah,
no.
so one thing that I'm planning on doing is that for your hand card, I'm going to write like a strategy tips specific to that character, and just be like, this is what you should be doing. This is what you should be going. Peter has mentioned in the past, like the Swift cards and Wingspan. So I would say, you should be thinking about this. You should maybe, so for the Medbot, it's like you want people to be revived, which means that you need people to be dead so that they can be revived. And just do little strategy tips for every, with a security bot, it would be like, you care about, downed armed people. So remember, you can actually kill people and then put weapons on them, and then they will be downed armed people. So that kind of thing is going to be on the card to make it more clear as to what everyone cares about.
Another suggestion that I would recommend is when you create the table cards, I would probably create either on the left-hand side or on the right-hand side, just like a strip of emptiness with spaces for squares, so that everybody knows. That's already
in the works.
Perfect. No, overall, I really liked it. I'm glad that we finally got to play it. I think I need more time to come up with like actual feedback.
Yeah, sure. If you're welcome to send it to me. You're welcome to post it in the Stationfall channel on this Discord. Whatever works best for you.
No, but yeah, this is super solid and super fun. Like I had a great time, and definitely, like I said, I definitely prefer this style of game over Nemesis. Like this would be a game I would come back to. Nemesis is a game like I maybe would just play once a year and call it a day. This one is something that I feel that I can revisit time and time again.
Yeah, everyone so far, everyone that has played both this and Nemesis says that they prefer this, so that's a good sign.
Yeah, this is setting as a Nemesis, but it's a quite hidden PAX game.
And like I said, it's a really cool combination because In Too Deep does this mechanic where it's a puzzle game at the same time, and I love that concept overall. Like the idea that we're all.
So this isn't. I'm gonna import right now. This is just one concept that was made for the table cards. It's not going to look like this, but so you can get a general idea. No, it's not giving me. It's not. Oh, that's because I put the wrong image here. All right. So, and then you would have.
Oh, nice.
You would have the cubes here, the activation disc here, and place items would be on the right here.
So much nicer. I love it.
We can rename it to
And
Cosmic Flying Circus.
The
But
Conspiracy gains a weapon. Love it.
the title font is not very readable.
I agree. Like I said, this was one of Yusuf's like first concepts, and I've already given many bits of feedback on this. This is
Okay, cool.
But
Yep.
what I'm getting at is specifically that we're going to have a space for the cubes, a space for the activation, a space for the items. I feel like the abilities need to be more visible. I feel like the conspiracy needs to be more visible. I feel like the title needs to be more visible. The icon, like all of that stuff, is stuff that, the art of all of these things is, I'm really excited about.
This is.
I showed you the monkey earlier. The monkey. The monkey I really dig, and the stranger is also really cool. But yeah, I'm currently working with the artist to, do the art. I know that Jeff has seen some of the art because he's in the Discord, and it's looking pretty cool. I'm excited. The thing that we need to work on is obviously the usability and the design of the game, which yes is quite the challenge to get all of this information in a very presentable way. And that's my job. So that's what I'm working on now. That's what keeps me up at night.
I for weapon.
Jeff.
I was gonna say I'll second the comment that like not knowing what rooms did, just because it's like once there are mini cards and you can see it right in the room, it'll be a huge difference.
It will, and just having it's also going to help for the action. So right now we have this giant list of actions, but a lot of these are can be section actions, right? So space a body can only happen in rooms with EVA. So there's only so that can be just an action that is on the section.
Sure.
Stuff like that, like setting a timer within a pod and launching a pod, is really just stuff that needs to be on the pods where that's a thing. So all of these things can be offloaded, and a lot of this information can be kind of just put in places that makes it easier to get to that information when you need to. And it's a complicated game, and if you've played Cosmic Encounters, I know that if you play Cosmic Encounter, it's very similar in that when you first play it, it seems very chaotic and you don't know what's going on and seems super random. But as you play it more, you start to understand, the systems in the game and the possibilities and the different aliens and, what can happen. And the more that you play it, the better it gets. Root is another example of that. Oath is another example of that. Those are all games of study, and Emerald is, I know not enough people have played that, but it's very similar. And Matt Eklund's games and the Eklunds in general, they make High Frontier, as Jeff knows, is a similar situation where it's going to take some learning. This is not for casual players. It's definitely going to take some learning and some process. And my job is just to try to onboard people as effortlessly as possible. Hopefully better than PAX Transhumanity was done.
Speaking of onboarding, Andy, I did have one comment in terms of your starting setup. I think that the security bot needs another character that's either 3 or lower, so that people can guess a little bit more, because it really limited me on how many cubes I can push before people started noticing. Because there wasn't if he's putting only 3 cubes out, it's probably it has to be the robot, right? So I think balancing
you
that
did
out
put out a bunch of cubes, and you took those cubes back. And remember, you can also put cubes on your PC, which is what Samuel did. Samuel only had 4 cubes, and Samuel had all 8 of his cubes out at one point. So it was later in the game that people realized, but that's because he had a bunch of cubes on the stowaway. But yeah.
Also, on your playable character, it doesn't count. I didn't know that, actually. Got it. I was just saying, maybe have one more character with 3 in there, so that at least if people are starting to guess, they can't guess immediately. Because for characters that have 4, you have at least 4 options. For the 3 character, there's only one.
The billionaire is one of those, but the billionaire also has extra bribes, and those bribes can be used by the billionaire. So the billionaire basically starts with 4 bribes if they were revealed as the billionaire. So I'm tempted to put the billionaire in there, and I may try a starting setup with the billionaire. But yeah, this again, none of this is set, and I'll definitely note that we should have some more variety in the so the security bot actually isn't supposed to be in the starting setup anymore. The only reason I added it is because we had 5 players. So I may just recommend that don't play above 4 players for your first game, and have that as the starting setup.
Yeah, maybe.
I think the fourth starting setup there can be only 13 characters for all counts.
Well, I'll definitely try different setups and see discuss with Matt what we should do with the setups. For the people that haven't, like Adam, you haven't played the game in a while. All of the new stuff that was in there. Any comments on those? And anyone else that hasn't, any other comments? And obviously, you can also send these comments to me later. Post it in the Stationfall channel. We can discuss it however works best for you.
One small comment. The gas token can be red, same as the fire, so it's quite visible.
Okay, yeah, that's worth. I mean, yes, I'll note that for Matt. But yes, the items are going to be all the items are going to be much more visible. And as you'll notice, the data is a diamond now, and the items are a square to kind of tell you the difference between items. But yes, so the gas hazard should be more visible. Got it.
Like the eye.
The suspect stuff seems to have worked. It's definitely, we had the first 6 games we played, no one ever became a suspect, and now we're having like tons of suspects. So I feel like that's working better. No one cared about sending the evidence, so no one became guilty. But I feel like this is a good improvement with the counselor in there and with the other things to make suspects. So the legal bot can also cause people to be suspect and guilty because they're a lawyer and they're going to also try to implicate you. So basically anyone who has
it might be just a little on the hard side to get the evidence. I'm just wondering about that.
I don't think that it was. I feel like people just didn't do it.
Where do you broadcast it from?
You can broadcast it from the rear array or the forward array, or the billionaire also you can also send it through the billionaire, but the billionaire wasn't in this game.
Right. No,
if you feel like we need another
billionaire
option,
is
I may include the billionaire for that reason.
So I think it is easy to get. There are people in the security station, and probably the smart thing to do is just to get it early because you never know when you're going to need it. So I think that I don't think it was necessarily hard to get. The way the game played out, it was there were murder bots near both arrays, so the challenge was broadcasting it. I think in this game.
Sure.
Yeah.
So and it is interesting that basically, if you control the forward and rear hub, which is where all the death happens, it's very difficult to get to either array.
I will note that getting to the arrays can be because they're a little out of the way, but they're intended to be a little out of the way because we don't want to make it too easy.
Right. It seems like maybe someone with command should be able to send it from the bridge.
That's not a bad idea.
The issue is that the arrays, I mean, these are like giant antennas that are like, beaming that information down. I think my solution might be to consider putting the billionaire in the game, because the billionaire allows you to send it using the billionaire.
Not having disability anymore.
Oh, it doesn't have it anymore. Okay, never mind. Downing a human in a billionaire section results in guilt. He changed it. Never mind. Okay. That's something to discuss.
Because I think in this game Sorry, go ahead.
Yeah. Sorry. No. You can go.
I was going to say because I think we failed in not grabbing the evidence, but then I think even if we had, it would have been challenging to get there.
Yep.
I mean, there were a bunch of people in the arrays. Like there was 2 people in the arrays here, and there were 2
I started out suborning the exile and the astrochimp for this very purpose indeed. In the end, I figured out it was better just to revive the stowaway, get the evidence, and move EVA.
I'm definitely noting it because it was mentioned, but I don't there were people in the arrays, there were people in the security station. Evidence could have been gotten and this could have been done, but no one seemed like they were necessarily interested in doing it.
Well,
But I feel like it is possible to
very
do. I
much
mean, we did it last
done.
game. Like, we literally did it last game, and, you know, Peasing sent data, and then I sent data to stop him from winning. So, but, you know, I'll note it. It requires more testing. It requires thinking, and, you know, I'm definitely not discounting that feedback.
And I also thinking the free pickup of compromat works much better than last game.
Yeah, I think so too.
Yeah, I think the issue necessarily was just I was the person, I was the exile, and as an experienced player, I did everything that I could do to get as much compromise as possible.
I think it was, however, we saw like it was not as visible because so many people died, right? So that, like, I had 4 compromat that were two of them were active, security and medical, but it was just because there were so many deaths, it was hard to measure the value of getting compromat.
The bigger benefit is the fact that I didn't have to answer any questions about, or I didn't have to correct anyone about, like, oh, you're uncovering, you're not picking up, and all that stuff. So the X secret data token, this is we tried this, and that seemed to, did that make sense for people? Was that, like, we're thinking about just, ditching the X secret token entirely.
And then how would it work instead?
The way that it used to work, if you're in this space, you can peek at Project X.
Yep, I think that's better.
That's it.
There used to be tokens that you would get to show that you could peek at any time. Would those go away, or would they come back?
I guess it would go back to show that but yeah. We made this data just to see I guess to have another data other than just evidence, and that's something that can go and have that be included in things.
Right. I mean, which is nice. It's nice to reuse the mechanic. It's interesting because, like, this is interesting because it makes me want to suborn those people so I can learn the secret. Which plays into the other mechanics of the game. Whereas the other one is, what tends to happen is, just move the guy there.
Removing it. Matt suggested just removing it. I wanted to try exactly what we tried just to see if we could keep it around. So, I don't know. We need to test it more. I just was asking those questions to see if anyone was confused by it or thought it was dumb or any of that. Last game, so it used to be that only PCs can do it, and that was dumb. Peter and I both agreed that was dumb. So we changed it so that anyone can. Yeah, anyone can activate a character to view the X secret. Okay, so. Yeah.
My problem with X secret is that you probably manufacture them only if you need them for your goals. And
well, that was the issue previously. Now you can manufacture it if you want to look at Project X. It's the equivalent of going here. It's just you're doing it here instead.
And spend an action. Yeah.
Yeah, like there's an.
But I do not think it's a good move to sacrifice actions to look.
I mean, for example, I would want to always look at Project X if I am someone that wants to save people, just to see if it is a stasis field generator. Then I know that I don't have to get in an escape pod. I just have to go in there. Or if I want to kill people, I might want to see if the monster's in there, and then I can get release Project X to just have the monster kill everybody. So I think it is very important. Like, I would spend an action to do it. But yeah, that's that's really more going into strategy than it is rules.
That's my thought as well. Yeah.
And just to be clear, so in the future, if I were to have activated the stowaway, I could peek at the card just because I activated the stowaway, correct?
Yep.
Correct. Yes.
Yeah,
they are your conspirators, so you are essentially finding that information out. Yes.
Yeah. So in terms of why someone would do it, somebody at the table may do it, and if you're really that curious, you can just get that conspirator once and take advantage of that other action that another player did. So everybody benefits at some point, and they don't even have to spend the action every time. So yeah, I like it.
So so if anyone has any other feedback, feel free to let me know. Otherwise, I've definitely noted the weapon stuff. The Jeff, I realized that you misunderstood the way that launching works. I will be more clear about teaching that.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, that's fine. I mean, I guess it didn't matter, right? If I got into that pod on turn 2, and it's not activated, that's just that. I thought there was a rule where the pods automatically.
Well, remember the
primed or
ocean
something.
ship also doesn't require abandoned ships, so you can actually get in the ocean ship turn 2.
Which
And if you have the Badger jury rig,
sure.
you can launch in turn 3.
Yep. Okay.
Okay, thanks. I need to go. So
Yeah.
Thanks for the game.
There is another game at 5 p.m. if folks wanted to observe or play or whatever. And I need to get as many playtests of this as possible between now and there are design freezes at the end of the month, and the Kickstarter is going to be at the end of April. And I want to I want to get as many playtests as possible. My goal is 100 playtests, and I'm at like 40 something right now. So if people are free, particularly, I want to start. There's a lot of stuff that we didn't test because I got new players. The more experienced players I have, the more we can play those deep games where we're playing. Like Peter has played 20 to 30 games, and we need that kind of level of depth so that we can start testing a lot of the stuff that isn't just like first player stuff. I still also want to do first player stuff, but I need to do both.